For those in the market for flavor, there's Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas, a flavorful drink that's a modern twist on a Mexican street classic. With 4 vibrant and refreshing flavors: pineapple, watermelon, hibiscus, and cucumber lime. Made with a splash of real fruit juice. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas are perfect for any fiesta, small or big. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas, boldly authentic, vibrantly flavorful. Drink responsibly. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas flavored beers imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois. Hibiscus contains juice only for color.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
All right, places, please. The Daly Migs Show is on deck. Guitars plugged in. Drums ready to go. Chickens.
Sarah clucking.
Other animals. And action.
This is the Daly Migs Show on The Rock with Taryn Daly and Steve Migs.
While listening to the Daly Migs Show, please refrain from any unnecessary finger gesturing.
99.9 KISW.
Good morning and happy Tuesday, Rockaholics. 3 of the 4 of us are rockin' crackin' gear.
Yes.
I feel like I should have worn it in solidarity. You guys are going to the game tonight.
Yes.
I am going to a board meeting for the MS Society.
Which is why you're wearing, a wood board on your shirt. No.
Which is why I'm wearing a brewery shirt. No.
Okay, fair.
But you guys look great, and I'm jealous.
Yeah, we're here to support our Seattle Kraken, unlike you.
Can you just Photoshop me in when you're hanging out by the living wall?
If only we had a cardboard cutout of you already made.
We got to work on that.
Yeah, we won't be able to pull that off for tonight. But yes, if you're going to the game tonight, between the first and second period, if you want to come say hi and hang out with us, we're going to be hanging by that living wall right there in Climate Pledge Arena. But it's going to be a blast. So if you see us, please say hi.
All right, let's go Kraken and let's get informed.
Knowledge is power.
So give us 5-ish minutes and we'll give you, some interesting stuff you can talk about at work. This is the Daily Migs Download.
AKA the DMD.
Here's your daily dose of doings happening in the world.
And the DMD is brought to you by Palace Lawn. Today's a day to celebrate unicorns, which I feel like we celebrate every day in our household with Tatum.
She's in a unicorn phase?
Yes. I had to buy some goggles last night because we're trying to plan a big vacation in Hawaii, and it's still not going to be for a minute. But of course, now we have to start planning what she needs for this trip.
Of course.
And she decided that she wanted some unicorn goggles. So what does Dad do? Go on Amazon.com, drop about $20 on some unicorn goggles last night.
I bet they're awesome.
I think they're going to be. They better be for that kind of money. It's also National Gin and Tonic Day, which is what I needed after dropping $20 on some unicorn goggles. Gin and tonic, though. Whenever I get it, it's because I've ordered a vodka tonic and they accidentally gave me a gin and tonic, and it always really confuses me that first sip.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, what the F is this? What's wrong with my vodka?
Anytime you taste something you're not expecting is very shocking to the system.
Yes, absolutely. Oh, man. Shocking to the system, maybe for the people of Purdue, but yesterday the UConn Huskies beat Purdue in the NCAA Men's Championship. If you missed it, here's the final call.
It is a UConn coronation. The Huskies make history. Back-to-back national champions. Number 1 lives up to the billing. They defeat Purdue 75-60. They've done it again.
I do love how they're like, number 1 lives up to the billing. They could have used that for either team because both were number 1.
I would have liked it to have been a little bit of a closer game, but
Yeah, at halftime it was all right. It was kind of close. And then UConn just like, nope, go F yourselves. After the game, so that's back-to-back. First time a team's done that since Florida back in 2006, 2007. This was also the 6th time that UConn has won the championship. And after the game, while everyone's celebrating on the court, the coach, Dan Hurley, had this to say.
For the last 25, 30 years, UConn's been running college basketball. And I see all the former champs over there. And we've been running college basketball the last 30 years. Let's go.
No, when he's done playing or coaching basketball, he should become just a wrestler, a heel wrestler. He's very humble. I also love that he put his son in at the end of the game to make sure he got a little playing time as well. And I speak of him being humble. During the press conference, he had the ultimate moment of pure humbleness, if that's
humility.
Humility, thank you. That's
You're
the proper
right.
term. And here's Dan talking.
So, what could you say? We won by a lot again.
This guy, he's the best.
Also from the world of sports, the Toronto Blue Jays won their home opener last night, beating the Seattle Mariners 5-2. You know who was very excited about that?
Now, you Mariners.
Not Mariners fans, but Geddy Lee of Rush.
And the Beaches, we saw those girls out there singing the national anthem. Geddy Lee was there as well.
All of our favorite Toronto folk were quite pleased, but not so much the Seattle Mariners fans.
I might have cursed out Geddy Lee when that game was going on. So not that it's his fault, but I was just like, F the Blue Jays, F Geddy Lee.
Did you actually see him back there with his baseball hat?
Yes.
And he's always keeping score.
It's kind of cute.
It's so cute. He's so into it.
He's in full grandpa mode.
Luis Castillo lost for the third time in 3 starts this season, allowing 4 runs and 9 hits in 5 innings. The Mariners have lost 5 of 6. George Kirby will be on the mound tonight.
Well, he did really well when we went to that game last week. No. Man, what a rough start for the Seattle Mariners.
It's never happened like that before.
I know, but especially when everyone was talking about, and this is always what happens. Everyone's like, hey, this Mariners starting 5, they're just going to be a dominant force. It's everything else we have to worry about. Is it? I think we have to worry about everything. I think we have to worry about everything. Oh, man, people in Everett might have to worry about their bikini baristas. Have you heard about the latest that's going on with the baristas?
This is devastating.
Everett City Council are going to vote on whether or not the baristas in Everett must adhere to lewd conduct dress standards. So they're like talking about like some certain dress codes and things along those lines. Will it affect the actual baristas? No, but it's going to affect the stand owners. They're going to have to be like, hey, look, you got to figure this out. Stricter regulations, possibly. I don't know what that exactly means. We might have to do some research and swing by a bunch of these stands to see how they're doing with their dress code.
Yeah, I think that quality control is important in this instance.
Maybe we make them Daly Migs t-shirts and have them wear those.
Yes!
And give them some scissors so they can be creative with those shirts, of course.
On the heels of the 30th anniversary of Kurt Cobain's death, the 67-year-old Yonge Street Bridge in Aberdeen is facing destruction. This isn't new, like brand new information. It's been deteriorating for quite some time, but this is the bridge that inspired Kurt's lyrics in the Nirvana song Something in the Way. And so now the city is considering a bunch of different options. Revitalizing and rehabilitation, that's what a lot of people want to see happen.
Yeah.
But complete replacement, people are a little bit upset about that because this bridge has become such a monument. It's covered in messages from people that visit from all over the world. Someone was quoted as saying it would be the equivalent of like ripping down a whole cathedral. So we'll see what happens.
Sounds rather extreme.
Yes, but this bridge is also really close to Kurt Cobain Memorial Park, so that is just a big hub for Nirvana fans and folks that want to pay tributes.
I don't mean to put you on the spot.
Of course.
I as a bridge builder like yourself, but could they just build another bridge and just keep that one as like a non-functional bridge? Like it's just there more for visual purposes and it's there as like a memorial to Kurt, but like not an actual functioning bridge?
I would think so. It sounds like they've already been approved for some funding. A brand new bridge would cost $25 million, which is a lot.
Hit up Dave Grohl.
Yeah, he's got it. But I think, they could probably do one right next to it,
Hey, as far as weather, we are going to hit a high of 54. Like we mentioned earlier, the Kraken are playing tonight. They're at Climate Pledge Arena. Danny, myself, and Sarah, we're going to be there. Be sure to say hi. We'll be hanging out in between the first and second period at the Living Wall, but we'll also be walking around throughout the entire time. So if you see us, say what's up.
Also, please find Bowie.
That's always the goal. Do you not go to Kraken games with us? That's like step one. Tweet Bowie. Tell him where we're going to be. Yeah, it's been a minute. I feel like our restraining order has now been lifted. Not yet. All right, 54 degrees. It's going to be cloudy today. The DMD is brought to you by Jersey Mike's, a sub above, and that's what's up.
One member of our show is now a college basketball fan, all because of last night's game. We're going to talk about this at 6:20.
The Daily Migs Show.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Looking for a job is lonely. Endless searching, phone calls that go nowhere, applications that vanish into thin air. What if you could link with dozens of local companies who are hiring right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, endless opportunities, and no fees ever for job seekers. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. Especially these. Each picture captures a moment in time in the crazy lives of the Daily Migs Show. Here's 4 shots to wake you up.
Rockaholics, if you go to the Daily Migs social media pages, our handle is @DailyMigs, you can follow along at home. We have posted a picture that contains 4 shots, 4 photos that summed up the days that we each had yesterday. Steve Migs?
Yes.
I want to hear all about your shot.
I am so fired up. Our daughter is a rock and roller, baby.
Yeah.
Yesterday, she came home with her mom, and she went straight upstairs, which is not like her. Usually, she'll want to run around the house and just be chaos on the first floor. All of a sudden, she goes straight upstairs, and I'm like, Sid, where's Tatum going? She's like, oh, she's going to get her guitar. Mind you, this is a guitar we got her 2 years ago for Christmas that she hasn't touched in about 2 years. She comes downstairs with this little red electric, toy guitar that's pretty funny, and she just starts air guitaring and playing along to some music. I'm like, man, maybe this is the moment. Maybe this is like that moment. But then I walk away from the room and I hear a bonk, and then I hear another bonk and a bark from our new dog DJ, and I realize that she's also a punk rock guitarist because she was trying to smash her guitar. Like just like straight up like Pete Townsend from The Who, Billy Joe from Green Day, whoever, Mike McCready. And she, as she said, I was just bonking DJ. But she pretty much just swung. I don't know how hard of a swing. And DJ didn't yelp or anything like that. So that dog's patience is pretty amazing because our other dog, Lulu, the blind, angry dog, would have probably snapped.
Oh, my gosh.
But I was just like, okay. Remember, you got to wear the guitar. You don't hit people with this guitar. But it got me kind of thinking. I'm like, I'd be all about it. Like our buddy Jeff Rouse, who, bass player to the stars. He's played with everybody. He's an incredible human being. I saw a recent video. Him and his kid were rocking in a little music room where he's playing the bass or the guitar, and his kid is playing the drums. And I was like, man, at first I was thinking I want Tatum to play the drums, but then there's part of me is like, it would be kind of fun if she played the guitar or the piano and we could just jam every once in a while.
I mean, if you're going to start the family band, one of you has to not play drums.
Right. And I'm a little too old to figure out how to play a new instrument, and clearly she looks a lot cooler on a guitar.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was pretty fired up about that yesterday.
The future is bright.
I'm a little worried for our dog, but I think we'll be okay.
Well, can I tell you about my shot?
Yes.
Yesterday, after Barrett got out of school, I picked him up and met my sister at the trampoline park in Marysville.
Awesome.
So my sister's kids are on spring break, so they were up, and we took all 3 of them, and they were completely feral, running around this place. It's awesome. And I've never been to that one specifically, but I would go back in a heartbeat. Barrett was the most happy I've seen him and slept. He passed out so hard last night as a result, so shout out to the trampoline parks of the world helping parents survive the day.
How are the employees there? I always, whenever we go to any place that involves kids jumping in pure chaos, I just look at them in the eyes and I'm like, I feel so bad for you guys because you're just probably like minimum wage or not a lot of money getting paid. Usually it's like a teenager working there and they just look so overwhelmed.
Well, what we noticed, my sister and I noticed, is that the employees weren't really around. They were just kind of back behind the counter the whole time. And I'm like, is there anybody like checking on things? Is there a regulation? Is anyone going to police these kids if they get a little too wild?
They're like, the families, they all sign a waiver. We don't care.
It is kind of crazy. You're watching them just launch off of stuff, rope swing into things, dive bombing, and I'm just thinking, oh God, somebody please don't get hurt.
Are the younger kids separated from the old? See, that's the part. That's the part that kind of scares me, is like, because we've been to like some trampoline type places, like the catapults and those kind of places, and you're like, oh, Tatum's having a great time, until a 13-year-old nearly takes her head off because they're jumping from somewhere I don't even know.
Well, there was some other section of the facility where they have a height regulation, but my sister and I were not out there with the children. So they're clearly shorter than the regulation states, but they don't know how to read that sign. So then, of course, we're telling them, no, you can't go up there. That's just for the big kids. And they're like, we don't care. Yeah. We are big kids.
If you don't tell us what to do.
Danny, what about your shot?
So mine, I don't know if you guys know this, you can watch sports virtually now.
What?
Dude, I do know that because of all my friends that are hockey parents, and they constantly share, what is it, like the Barnyard, I don't know, there's a website where you can watch the surveillance cam, pretty much, of like a hockey rink.
Sure. So this one is actually, it's called Game Changer, and it's through Dick's Sporting Goods.
Game Changer.
And Lily's playing softball now, and she's so obsessed with it. She plays probably about 4 games a week. And so I got to watch her softball game virtually on this one's a little differently because they don't do like surveillance cameras. It's if a parent streams it. So they set up like a camera and they can go live and stream the entire game. And I got to be like, see Lily score like 5 points yesterday, and it was awesome.
Danny, that's 5 runs. If you're going to be
whatever.
If you're going to be a softball, baseball dad, you got to get the lingo right.
I mean, do I?
When she had 5 touchdowns, is what you're saying?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, she scored 5 touchdowns
5 goals.
playing softball.
And a hole in one.
Can they hire or ask one of the maybe slightly inebriated parents that might be watching the game to do color commentary?
Oh, I wish. It's actually, there is like, because they just go live on their phone. So a lot of times, like, you can hear the conversations happening in the stands. And I'm like, it'd be so interesting to hear. Like, all of a sudden, it's like, hey, did you hear Janice cheated on Tom last night?
That could be troublesome also. Be like, oh, it's Chuck. That kid sucks. We are losing. I remember when I was a kid going up to bat and thinking, here's my chance. And if it was like 2 outs, I would hear a collective groan from the other parents. They're just like, oh, it's that Magliari kid. You hear it. Like you can hear it, and it would just deflate you. You're like, nobody believes in me. And then I would do what Coach told me, lean into the pitch and get hit, because a walk is as good as a hit.
Oh, I like that.
Yes.
Sarah, you believed in a sports team. Tell us about your shot.
Yes, I was watching a different type of sport. I was watching basketball, and I was watching UConn defeat Purdue, and I was correct. I had Purdue and UConn going to the final, and in my bracket, I had UConn winning, and that's what happened. And let me tell you, I have never been so glued to a TV. George was like, I have never seen you so excited.
You were texting us the whole night, so invested by this.
I was one of those, like, standing up, like, pacing back and forth between, like, my living room, just standing so close to the TV, like, come on, boys, we got this.
So now, are you a college basketball fan in general, or are you going to be a UConn fan and we need to get you some Huskies gear?
I am a UConn fan for life.
Until next year.
Life. No, because next year I'm gonna bet on my boys again.
That's true. I mean, according to their coach, after all.
They won by a lot again.
We don't have the audio of him thanking you specifically, because had you not picked them, they would have not won.
They probably did thank me. So that's just like, we don't have audio of that.
That's so awesome.
And I will say, it's stressful. Okay, basketball is stressful. My heart was, especially the first half.
Are you now understanding what it's like to be a sports fan?
Well,
it took you 30 years.
I mean, there's just so many points, and it's back and forth and back and forth. I'm like running, watching them. It's kind of like hockey. Like, when the first time I watched hockey, I was like, oh my gosh, this is exhausting. And the scores always are changing. With football, it's a little like, okay, one team has the ball for a long time. Basketball, I'm like, whew, that's a lot of cardio, boys. Oh,
yeah, it's nonstop.
Yeah, and they were pretty close for a while, and then I don't know.
Some would say you have to be very athletic to do it.
Very athletic.
Yes.
I don't know how they do that. Yes, but I was right with the bracket, so one of y'all is going to have to drink nasty milk.
Well, congratulations to you, Sarah. We're all very proud of you here on the Daily Migs Show.
Thank you so much.
Because of last night's UConn victory, Sarah has been sucked into being a fan of college hoops.
They
So
won.
what was
By a lot again.
Such a douche comment. I love that guy.
by a lot again?
By a lot.
So what was that moment that you jumped on the bandwagon and why, Rockaholics? Do you remember the moment that cemented you as a fan of something? 206-803-ROCK. We'll take your calls after Nirvana.
The Daily Migs Show.
What was that moment that you jumped on the bandwagon and why? Do you remember the moment that cemented you as being a fan of something? 206-803-ROCK.
It got me thinking because the other day I was at the gym. You run into random people, and everyone always stops me because they see my Kraken tattoo on my leg, which is always a fun conversation starter. And one dude came up to me, awesome dude. He was just like, man, I wasn't even a Kraken fan. It wasn't until last year's playoff run that cemented. He's like, I never really cared about hockey. I was more of like an MMA guy and a football guy, but, I appreciate sports. But he's like, that playoff hockey sucked me in for good. And I was like, that's the moment. He's like, that was the moment I became a bandwagon jumper. I was like, well, I don't even view that as being a bandwagon jumper. Like, that's a team that's relatively new, and sometimes you need a reason to fall in love with them. And I feel like a lot of Kraken fans became fans because of the playoffs.
Absolutely.
So good.
I also like that you got that tattoo right out of the gate.
You got it before the team even played a game, which was rather aggressive.
Like,
yes.
let's go.
There were a few people at the gym who are like, is that a Seattle Kraken tattoo? I'm like, yeah. They're like, they haven't played yet, have they? No.
Been a fan my whole life.
That's fandom. I'm like, there's a long story to this.
It's super cool.
I'm very proud of it now.
So, Rockaholics, what was the moment that you jumped on the bandwagon and why? 206-803-ROCK.
Looking at the text line, someone said watching Khabib choke out Conor McGregor. I became a fan for life.
Oh, yeah.
This was a pretty epic moment.
It's on the chin. There's the tap. Still undisputed. Khabib Nurmagomedov has finished Conor McGregor tonight.
Oh, man. There's a lot of people who hate Conor McGregor, so any chance to see that. Do you remember, I wouldn't say, it might have made me a fan of Ronda Rousey back when she was doing the UFC stuff. And remember her and local great Misha Tate?
Oh, yes, of course.
Misha was awesome as well, but there was that. And it also made me a fan of Misha because she had like an arm bar and she refused to tap out, and then she broke her arm. It was so gnarly. And it was like, both of them, like, you girls are savages.
Scary.
Yeah.
Don't make them mad.
In the world of wrestling, someone texted in talking about Cody Rhodes. They said, look, a couple years ago, they put out that documentary about the American Nightmare, and it's on Peacock. And I wasn't really big into WWE. I used to be, but I thought I'd give it a shot. Fell in love with Cody Rhodes. Continuously watched him in that series and believed the story that he's been telling. Even got me back into watching Raw, SmackDown, all the good stuff. And then my heart was crushed because of the stupid tribal rules at WrestleMania 39. But it all turned around this year. Cody winning. That was an absolutely amazing part.
So Cody Rhodes' nickname is
The American Nightmare.
What was his dad's nickname?
The American Dream.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I love that. See, now I might be a bandwagon WWE fan as of yesterday.
She saw Cody Rhodes shirtless and is now a huge fan of Cody Rhodes. When they come to town, I got to imagine he's going to be there. It's when SmackDown comes to town in September.
I'm going to freak out.
We're going.
We're going. I'm in.
Are you going to get an American Nightmare t-shirt?
Of course.
Oh, my gosh. This is amazing.
I thought you were going to ask her if she was going to get an American Nightmare tattoo.
If you really want to be a fan, he's got the logo tattooed on his neck.
Does he really?
Yeah, it's pretty gnarly.
That's rad.
Apparently, he told the story that he thought it was going to be a little bit smaller than it is. It's massive. It covers up like a whole side of his neck, and he wears suits. He looks like this proper dude, and he's just got this badass tattoo just peeking out from the collar.
So I'm currently jumping on this bandwagon. My bandwagon will be cemented on Friday when I go to my very first emo night. Yeah! And I'm so excited. I'm an emo night bandwagon fan.
Well, you haven't even gone yet.
Well, I know, but I'm like so excited. It's my first one.
I have to say, you're going to have a blast. We went to the one in Dallas. Now, I'm highly recommend. So what is it? This Friday at Numos.
This Friday at Numos, yep. It starts at 9 o'clock.
Get your tickets before they sell out because it always gets packed there.
It does.
Because everyone's there.
DJ Sad Boy Danny is over there.
See Danny crying.
What did you call me? Sadie V?
Sadie V.
There
That's
you go.
What it was. Seattle Sad Boy, Sadie V on the ones and twos, making everybody tear up. And you play emo music.
All night.
But it's not even so much, the music is fun because it's all these anthems from the 2000s, right? 2000s, 2010s, I'd say as well.
Yep. Early 2000s, let's say that.
Yeah, so like all those songs that everyone wants to sing along to. The thing that blew me away was just the vibe of the people at these events. Everybody's there to have a good time. I don't know what I was expecting, but I go into it. I'm not really an emo guy. I like a lot of the music, I guess, but I don't like dress the part. I don't know why I was figuring I was going to walk in there like, you're not a sad boy. Get out. You're smiling. You don't have eyeliner on.
Right. I just want Steve Migs in like a wig with some sad bangs going over his eyes.
I would love that.
That's what I really want.
If I ever get to go, because unfortunately for me, but I'm getting to wrestle in Tacoma, so I can't make it to emo night. It seems like they're always on the same night. But one of these times, if I go and we get like a hotel, I'll do the wig thing because then I have to get wasted if I'm doing that, and I'm not driving if I'm going to get wasted.
Danny,
obviously,
will you also do his makeup, please?
Oh yeah, of course.
Paint his nails.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to be the hello fellow kids guy.
That's fine.
Hello fellow sad kids. Would you like a Kleenex,
sir? Can you please leave your skateboard outside?
Are we taking back Sunday tonight, boys and girls?
Oh no. I am very excited, Danny, though. Thank you for leading me up the mountain of emo night.
I'm so excited for that Taryn's coming. Sarah might be there, depending on if she actually buys tickets this time.
Well, last time, all of us were at Neumos. It did not go well.
No.
We all got kicked out.
I know. I hope they don't recognize us.
Taryn,
that's why I'm going to wear a disguise.
What version of Taryn Daly are we getting? Are we getting happy Taryn Daly, or are we getting tarantula Taryn Daly that almost got into a fight with me at the Mariners game? Over a hot dog.
Over a hot dog. I hope I'm somewhere in the middle.
Okay.
Somewhere in the middle.
Let's not get, I'm trying to walk home from Seattle to Arlington to Taryn Daly.
That's a rare sighting, is that Taryn Daly?
Yeah, Danny can't leave the stage this time to make sure she's okay. So she might be starting that walk early.
I'm just saying, maybe don't throw Limp Bizkit's break stuff early in the night.
Because then I'll turn into a total meathead. It'll be great.
All of a sudden you're like, there's just this one blonde chick punching people in the pit.
She's just flipping tables over in the balcony. What is going on?
Back body drop. So when she said that's for Cody Rhodes. We have no idea she's calling herself the American Nightmare. It's very strange.
The second coming.
Or your Arlington's Nightmare.
Oh, well, absolutely. Well, it's technically Stanwood.
Okay.
Stanwood. How would you like to beat Steve, Rockaholics? He is currently 86, 24, and 12 in 2024. 206-803-ROCK. We'll play Beat Migs at 6:50.
The Daily Migs Show.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
For those in the market for flavor, there's Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas, a flavorful drink that's a modern twist on a Mexican street classic with 4 vibrant and refreshing flavors. Pineapple, watermelon, hibiscus, and cucumber lime. Made with a splash of real fruit juice. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas are perfect for any fiesta, small or big. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas, boldly authentic, vibrantly flavorful. Drink responsibly. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas flavored beers imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois. Hibiscus contains juice only for color.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Looking for a job is lonely. Endless searching, phone calls that go nowhere, applications that vanish into thin air. What if you could link with dozens of local companies who are hiring right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, endless opportunities, and no fees ever for job seekers. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
The Daly Migs Show presents the most popular radio game on this side of the speaker. Let's play Be Migs. Be Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa! Be Migs, you're a loser.
Who's ready to be Migs? I know Dustin from Bellevue is. Dustin, are you there?
I am here.
I'm Sarah, your host, and it's time for you to get out of here, Steve.
Let's go.
For those playing at home, Dustin has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
According to the saying, what type of fruit a day keeps the doctor away?
Apple.
Correct. Which country did IKEA originate in?
Sweden.
Correct. Who co-stars alongside Adam Sandler in the romantic comedy Just Go With It?
Jennifer Aniston.
Yes. What team won the most recent NCAA women's basketball championship?
South Carolina.
Yes. How many face cards are there in a standard deck of playing cards?
16.
No.
20.
No.
12.
Yes. When it comes to emails, what does CC stand for?
Copy. Carbon copy.
Yes. What band had the 70s album title Sheer Heart Attack?
Heart.
No.
Pass.
How many molecules of oxygen does ozone have?
90.
No.
100.
No. Dustin.
69.
Nice. No. But you got 6 correct.
Right.
You got the first 6 right.
We trust in Dustin.
Okay.
I just wanted to do a rhyme.
That was
I like to rhyme.
Thank you.
That wasn't really even a rhyme.
Yes, it was. Trust in Dustin.
Okay.
We're rhyming, Steve. Well, I'm rhyming.
Taryn's rhyming. Don't put me with that. Steve, are you ready?
Oh, no. Let's go.
Oh, no.
You nailed it. You did great.
Thank you.
You did great.
All of a sudden, we're at the Dr. Seuss morning show.
Are you ready now?
Yes.
According to the saying, what type of fruit a day keeps the doctor away?
Apple.
Yes. Which country did IKEA originate in?
Sweden.
Yes. Who
Yes.
co-stars
Meatballs.
alongside Adam Sandler in the romantic comedy Just Go With It?
Drew Barrymore?
No.
Jennifer Aniston?
Correct. What team won the
One of
most
those.
recent NCAA women's basketball championship?
South Carolina.
Correct. How many face
Game
cards
Pops.
are in a standard deck of playing cards?
52.
No.
What was the question?
How many face cards are in
Oh.
a standard deck of playing cards?
12.
Yes. When it comes to emails, what does CC stand for?
Carbon copy.
Correct. What band had the 70s album titled Sheer Heart Attack?
That is Queen.
Yes. How many molecules of oxygen does ozone have?
Huh? I'm going to say 6.
No.
9.
No.
12.
No. Which house wins the Quidditch game in the Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone?
The Dumbledores.
No.
The Hogwarts.
No.
The triple on my face.
No.
You never
What
heard of
is
them?
the capital of Germany?
Berlin.
Yes. Wow. Steve, you...
Oh, did I not have the triple on my face in the movies? It's in the books.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Well, you got 8 correct, which is a win, 8-6. Sorry, Dustin.
All right. You guys have a good day.
You too.
Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust.
I Just checked with UConn's coach Dan Hurley about my performance, and he had this to say.
We won by a lot again.
Honestly, I can't even argue because you have been winning by a lot usually. So,
By a lot again.
yes. How many molecules of oxygen does ozone have? Honestly, I don't understand the question either, but I asked my husband and he is a science major or whatever. And he's like, no, it makes sense.
He was a science major?
Yes, biology and chemistry.
Opposites do attract.
Wait, what's the question again?
How many molecules of oxygen does ozone have?
2.
No idea.
3.
Oh. Wow. I was thinking H2O for some reason.
Okay.
Obviously.
I'm trying to educated and education guess it.
Obviously, none of us went to school for any type of science.
By a lot again.
Which house wins the Quidditch game in Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone?
Don't even look at
Danny's got this.
Wouldn't it be Gryffindor?
It sure is.
Yeah.
Oh.
But you were kind of close, sort of, with dribbling on your face.
Dribble on my face.
That was the weirdest turn.
One of these days, I will watch Harry Potter and I will dominate.
No, you won't.
You're
And
right.
If you watch Harry Potter, it's going to take up a week or two because there's so many of them.
How many movies are there?
Isn't there 8?
Yeah.
Is that how many books there are?
7. No, because the last movie was split into 2.
Duh.
Yeah, isn't that ridiculous? They couldn't just fit it all into one movie.
Does Harry Potter ever lose his wizard skills?
Well, it's stripped
Like it gets
of them?
taken away or something like that, and then he has to get it back?
I think you're thinking of Star Wars trilogy.
It's also a pill for that. You can get your wizard skills back.
Okay. Well, congratulations.
Yeah, I heard Harry Potter went to Revive, and he was able to perform at a better ability.
One of Seattle's biggest bands just covered that one song about the eclipse to celebrate the solar eclipse. Yes, that song. We're going to tell you all about it after the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
The Daily Migs Show.
Jimmy Fallon and Hart. Does that sound like a lovely pairing? It was. They performed Bonnie Tyler's Total Eclipse of the Heart on Rockefeller Plaza's rooftop during the solar eclipse.
Oh, I was wondering, why would you do something like that? Oh, yeah. I forgot. The solar eclipse was yesterday, which was
song.
all over social media.
And that is the song if you're going to be talking about it, looking at it, all of that. And we have the audio from the performance.
Have you seen the video of this?
I've not seen the video. I've only heard the audio.
First of all, we'll play it. Jimmy Fallon, he plays the role of the guy that we were talking about, Rory Dodd, the turnaround guy, and it's so freaking great.
Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit lonely. And
It's hard.
So awesome.
Turn around. Every now and then I get a little bit tired.
Plus, he's dressed kind of like an 80s style. And he's wearing eclipse glasses.
And then I get a little bit nervous that the best of the years have gone by.
He is nailing it.
Now and then I get a little bit terrified. Then I see the look in your eyes. Turn around,
Now he's duetting with them. And the whole time he's spinning in a circle, so he's turning around the entire time.
This might be our new karaoke song when we go, Steve Migs. You can be Rory. I'll be Bonnie Tyler.
I don't even think I could pull that part off. At this point, Jimmy Fallon's just losing his mind up on the stage, too, which I think is hilarious.
I mean, even if you're just kind of joking around and having fun, singing with Ann Wilson has got to be so stressful.
I mean, that's pretty much what I feel like he's doing whenever he does these things. He's like, who do I want to perform with, and how can I make it happen? Because I think about the Green Day performance they did in the subway.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he didn't play any instrument other than the tambourine, but he was up there like with the band just jamming out. And I'm like, man, he's just using his hosting status to pull off like these great musical collaborations, which I think is hilarious.
He must have a very impressive Rolodex.
Have I ever told you what I want to do?
No.
That's a very loaded question. I've told you plenty.
Today for lunch?
When it comes to, I've always wanted to do this, and I just don't. It has to be the right band. But one of these mornings, if we ever have a band in studio when they're doing like an acoustic performance, I always want to know what it would be like and how they would react if all of a sudden while they're performing, I just pull out a tambourine and just start jamming with them with no warning. You know what I mean? So like they're just kind of doing their thing, and then I just kind of reach out from underneath, and at some point I just start going. Would they stop playing, or would they just be like, you know what? Screw it. When in Rome, I guess we just keep going.
I think they would immediately recognize how much that would enhance their performance and ask you to go on tour with them. I think that would probably be the natural progression.
Tambourines can get a little obnoxious at times. So imagine, like, I don't know what band, like, what if like Shinedown was in here or something like that? And I'm trying to think of a band that would come in the mornings and perform an acoustic song. And while they're doing their thing, all of a sudden it's like, and I'm just smiling at them like, yeah, man, I'm in the band right now.
The Shinedown guys would be down.
Probably.
They would be. I just feel it.
I feel like Eddie Vedder would punch me in the face, though.
Yeah.
You think Pearl Jam? I think they're maybe a little too serious about it.
Well, another thing happened in honor of the eclipse. Adam Kruger, he's that weatherman who sneaks song lyrics into his forecast, and it's just awesome. He's like super viral, and everybody loves him. So he did one, including lyrics for Total Eclipse of the Heart by Bonnie Tyler, and here is the audio.
Mostly cloudy skies during the eclipse. Could it turn around? Every now and then the forecast changes, but I think this time we're pretty locked in. Clouds and rain coming, which includes for Monday, the eclipse day. This week, every now and then I get a little bit tired of bumming people out with this news I've had to deliver. Starting off our Friday morning with bright skies, bright eyes. But turn around, bright eyes, and take a look at our forecast here for the eclipse. Many areas that'll be mostly cloudy. Now, every now and then clouds fall apart under mostly cloudy conditions where you might have a little window where you can see something. Forever is going to start tonight as those clouds begin to move on in. I know a lot of us have had our hearts set on seeing that eclipse. There's nothing I can do. Total eclipse of the heart.
He's so good.
He's amazing.
But there was at some point where he had to be nervous that he was going to lose his job for doing stuff like this. I think at this point they've realized how many followers that he has and how much attention he brings probably to their news site or their news channel, that they're probably like, okay, yeah, Adam, go crazy. But at some point you'd think they're like, dude, what are you doing? You're using our time to go and work lyrics into your weather report?
He's making weather even better.
I did see something yesterday that cracked me up, that there was an uptick, obviously, because of the eclipse yesterday. People were going on Google, and they were searching, why do my eyes hurt? I'll tell you why, because you were staring at the sun, you dum-dums.
If they had only been listening to the Daly Migs show where we were telling them exactly what kind of glasses to get for days.
That's the part that always just blows my mind. Someone is so stupid to do that, but they were smart enough that like they were on social media or they were online to find out there was an eclipse happening. And they're like, okay, this is a big deal. But they didn't bother to read any further into it and see every story that said, do not look directly at the sun. It's going to be bad for your eyes.
People are brilliant.
Yeah, I guess so.
A school bus driver was just fired because he decided to do something so incredibly stupid and dangerous that he could have gotten a bus full of kids seriously hurt or worse. What did he do? We're going to tell you at 7:20.
The Daily Migs Show.
For those in the market for flavor, there's Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas, a flavorful drink that's a modern twist on a Mexican street classic with 4 vibrant and refreshing flavors. Pineapple, watermelon, hibiscus, and cucumber lime. Made with a splash of real fruit juice. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas are perfect for any fiesta, small or big. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas. Boldly authentic, vibrantly flavorful. Drink responsibly. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas flavored beers imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois. Hibiscus contains juice only for color.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Would you consider using Zoom for your first date? Or is that the dumbest idea ever? We got a text from Shelby, a rockaholic that met a guy that wants to take her on a Zoom date. So we're going to chat with Shelby about this tomorrow morning at this time at 7:20.
Awesome.
Rockaholics, I'm sure you have had a school bus driver horror story from when you were younger, so we would like to hear it. Give us a call, 206-803-ROCK. We are bringing this up because there is a bus driver at a private school in Florida. I feel like Florida always brings the heat. This bus driver has been fired after he stopped a bus full of students on train tracks as a freight train was approaching.
Why?
We have some audio from when the train almost hit the bus, a middle schooler and her dad talking about it.
Could have been me that got hit by that.
We had one student that we were talking to. She had headphones in, and she looked around when everyone was screaming to get the bus driver to move, and she seen the train coming. She put the headphones back in, and she put her head down expecting to die.
At that point, a lot of us were expecting to die.
Oh, my gosh. Imagine you're in the bus and you're like, well, this is how I go. I might as well listen to some music.
I can't even imagine.
And also, why did he yell quiet? I've gone on a couple of stories. This is the part that's kind of blowing my mind about this. Exactly what was he hoping to accomplish with it? Was he trying to scare them? Was this a joke? Was he having a awful day and he just snapped? I mean, none of these are good reasons.
No.
But why in the hell are you doing something like this?
Well, apparently he's done some other things that are a little sketch in the world of bus driving. He has stopped at Wendy's and also gas stations to let the kids off to just go to the bathroom.
What's sketch about that? Get a Baconator?
Well, I think, it's your responsibility to make sure the kids stay on the bus.
Well, as long as they come back, I'm all right with that one.
He also had a couple...
Not the right guy to be talking about that one.
Asked a couple of the kids
Get me a Baconator.
Get him a soda. He asked kids to get off the bus to get him a soda from the gas station.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's responsible when you think about it. He doesn't want to leave the bus unattended with all those children.
Yes.
So really what he did is he had to pick the better of the two evils.
Oh, my God.
This guy. I did see that they said he had a clean record. It's not like he had anything like that was like concerning. But now all of a sudden, it's like, when something bad happens, all these landmines are now going off.
Oh,
and
yeah.
now all of a sudden all these kids are like, yeah, he's kind of been an interesting school bus driver. We just didn't share this with you guys until he finally went a little too far with the train track one. That's the one that I just can't wrap my head around why he thought that was a good idea.
Did you ride the bus as a kid?
Yes.
I also rode the bus as a kid. My son is signed up to go to kindergarten in the fall, so I'm already having bus panic moments in my head.
Did you have a bad bus driver?
We had one bad in Stanwood. We had one bad bus driver. I don't know if I'm allowed to say her name.
Well, probably not. I mean, you know what? Is she still alive?
It's been 25 years, probably. Right. But our bus number was R30, and she was the meanest lady I've ever met in my life.
She would just yell at you guys?
Would yell at everyone, was just on a power trip kind of a thing, you know what I mean? Just loved that position of authority and made kids cry. She was very terrifying. However, I did meet my best friend on that bus, so I will look past.
Yeah, but that had nothing to do with the crazy bus driver. That's just because you guys were on a bus together.
We were huddling together in fear. No, she was really, really mean.
We didn't. In elementary school and junior high, I walked to school. I didn't need a bus in those situations. But going to high school, it wasn't a school bus per se, like a yellow school bus. It was a city bus. So it was a regular city bus. But so whenever we had to get on the bus, the driver wasn't bad. It was whoever was wrangling up the students to get on the bus, because it was you have a window of opportunity. It's get all these kids on the bus as quickly as possible. And I've shared the story about this one teacher. He was kind of a crazy teacher, a history teacher, a baseball coach in high school. He was the guy that would go around. If you got a question wrong, he'd hit you in the back of the head with the wood stuff from the window blinds.
Ow!
Yeah, he was crazy. And he was also the guy that was in charge of making sure all the kids got on the bus. And the day one, I'll never forget, we're all taking our time, and he's smacking kids in the back of the head, get on the bus, get on the bus. But I'm not saying that was the right way to go about this, but man, did we get on that bus fast for the rest of the year. Nobody wanted to get hit by him because he was a scary dude.
Did you get to listen to music on the bus or anything like that?
Well, yeah, because it was a city bus, so
they would play music.
Oh no, headphones. I'm sorry.
Headphones.
Yeah,
headphones.
No one was playing. It wasn't no one was playing music on the bus.
See, I've heard about these bus drivers that will let the kids pick the radio station and turn up the music and all that. That was not my bus driver experience. She was mean. That bus was silent. She was very, very cruel. But at least she was not this guy that stopped the train on the tracks.
Someone says this sounds like a really dark, messed up version of the Wheels on the Bus.
Oh, it is.
Does Barrett get excited about seeing buses?
Yes.
Yeah, same with
He's
Tatum.
so excited about riding the bus next year. And I'm now freaking out about it because I keep hearing these bus horror stories on top of my own bus horror
It
stories.
doesn't matter what kind of mood Tatum's in. If a yellow bus drives by, all of a sudden it's just like this like endorphin rush. Like, a bus! Like,
have you taken her by like a bus barn yet where they're all hanging out?
No.
Because that's when Barrett lost his ever-loving mind, was when he saw like 20 buses all parked together.
I can't even imagine how Tatum would be.
Oh my gosh.
We'd probably never get her out of there.
No. Rockaholics, we want to know, what is your school bus driver horror story from when you were younger? Call us up now, 206-803-ROCK. We'll take your calls after Stone Temple Pilots.
The Daily Migs Show. The Daily Migs Show.
We know that you had a terrible school bus driver at some point, or at least a memorable one. So what is your school bus driver horror story from when you were younger?
I don't remember the last time our phone lines had blown up this big. Like, I thought, oh, yeah, we'd probably get a couple good, fun calls from this. But every line is packed with people who have stories about school bus drivers.
Keep the calls coming, Rockaholics.
insane.
206-803-ROCK. David in Federal Way, your bus driver would let the kids fight?
Yes, half a day from Guam, guys. Good morning.
David, so you were part of a fight club on the school bus?
Yeah, the bus driver, Mr. Duenas. Anytime the kids on Guam, this was going to high school, JFK High School in Guam, and anytime the students would get like altercations, he would stop the bus and park the bus on the side of the road and let them out and let them fight, right? And he says that then after they got done fighting, like there were some brutal fights, and they say, okay, now shake hands. He'd let them shake hands, slam the door shut, and leave them where they were at.
Well, I mean, sometimes you need these life lessons.
And then we would ask, why are you leaving them there? And he says, now they can talk it out and walk to school or walk home, wherever they want to do. And a lot of those guys became good friends.
Isn't it weird that in I mean, not encouraging it, but in a roundabout way, he had this weird method to his madness. And like you said, it probably did work. A lot of times kids, when they fight, they end up becoming really good friends. I don't know if a school bus driver should be the one like encouraging this and facilitating it, but that's crazy.
The method to the madness. Trevor.
Go out there and fight.
On Whidbey Island, what did you spray the bus driver with?
Oh, I decided to spray the bus driver with some cologne right in the face.
What kind of cologne? Are we talking Jacquard Noir?
Dude, I was in first grade. I don't even know where I got the cologne. I was walking off the bus and just decided to spray him. And he was like the best bus driver in the world. I still am friends with him today. I was a mean little kid.
How did you stay friends with your bus driver?
It's a small island, dude.
Oh, okay. No, I was just that's such a random thing to be able to like say, oh, I still cross paths with my bus driver.
Oh, yeah. I don't ever want to see my bus driver ever again.
Well,
Meanie.
Do you think she's still alive?
I'm sure she is.
Okay.
I would think she is. Devin in Mount Vernon, you were in a bus accident?
Yeah, up in Conway over in Skagit County.
That's just north of my hood. I know where you're talking about. Was anybody hurt in the accident?
Luckily enough, no. A few of us, including myself, got checked out for possible concussions. But other than that, everybody ended up walking away, thank goodness.
Did you guys have seatbelts?
No, we did not.
I remember like when I was a kid, too, whenever you go on like the field trips in the school buses and they put us in those and just like there's no seatbelts. And as a kid, I never thought about it. But when I got a little bit older, I'm like, that's put a lot of faith in this driver that we don't have seatbelts.
Do they have seatbelts in buses now?
I haven't been on a school bus in a long time now. I don't know.
I haven't either. I'm just wondering if they've changed protocol.
But there were times there were seatbelts. They were just rattling on the floor, but nobody ever wore them and nobody ever told you to wear them.
Oh. Joe in Marysville, your bus driver hit a kid. Are you talking hit with the bus or hit with something else?
Hit with the bus.
Oh, my gosh. Was the kid okay?
Ended up being okay, yes.
Holy smokes. Do you know what the injuries sustained were?
I don't remember. I was not completely paying attention.
What?
I had my girlfriend at the time in the seat with me.
So, so after that happens, what does the bus driver do? It's like, hey, let's keep going. Do you guys drive off, or do you have to call like some people? Like, what happened after the kid got hit?
Well, she immediately freaked out and thought she killed him. Called the police, and we ended up being like, I think it was 2 hours late to our first class.
Oh man, that's rough.
Poor kid. Walk it off. Walk it off.
I'm looking at the text messages at 206-803-ROCK. This person said, our bus driver in high school curbed it. The next day, he had McDonald's breakfast sandwiches for all of us to keep everybody's mouth shut.
Oh, I'd be stoked about that. I'd take that secret to the grave.
Oh, yeah, I would never. In fact, I'm very disappointed you texted that in.
Now everyone knows.
You let everybody know. I hope that was a good sandwich.
206-803-ROCK. We're talking about our crazy school bus driver stories from when we were younger. Joe in Everson, your bus driver put you in charge.
Yeah, so I had the same bus driver since I was in kindergarten, and in 6th grade, I was a bigger kid. I was taller and 130 pounds, 120 pounds.
Okay.
So he made me in charge. If he were to have a medical situation, I would take care of the bus. Try, get the kids off the bus safely throughout, was there 3 doors, the main door, side door, back door. And that was a little stressful on me as being, a kid. And we would run drills, to see how fast, I can get these kids off the bus.
Hey, here's my question.
Depending on any situation, if we were to pass out or,
Joe,
obviously probably not if we rolled the
right.
bus.
Joe, did the driver have a medical history where he could pass out, or was this just a just in case kind of situation?
It was a just in case thing, but he was, he was old. I mean, he was probably in his 60s. This is back in the 80s, so I mean, I don't know. It was just one of those things that I felt, good about, but also stressed about.
Oh, I would be freaking out.
I hope this guy doesn't pass out at the wheel, and I got to take care of this bus.
Oh, I'd be sitting behind him, nudging him the entire bus ride. You good? You still up? You good?
The keeper of the bus.
Although that would be exciting if something did happen. You had to get behind the wheel and drive it.
That would be, because isn't the wheel almost kind of, does it sit kind of almost up and flat?
Well, I know it's big. I'm up. Yeah, exactly like that.
Just like that.
Yeah. So you're good to go.
I'm ready. I could be the keeper of the bus.
I don't think I ever want to be on a bus if you're sitting behind the wheel now.
Absolutely not. That's a terrible idea. Yeah. 206-803-ROCK. Lori in Tacoma. You guys had the bus in the ditch?
Are you in the ditch right now?
No, I'm not in the ditch right now.
Okay, it sounds
this was back when I was, I'm driving. I was in 3rd grade, and I went to school in Anacortes, out in the country on the island.
Okay.
And it was one of those very rare days where we had snow. And so the bus picked us up at school and started heading home, got about a mile from the school, and slipped off the road and went in the ditch. So here's all these elementary school kids freaking out, right, because they're in the ditch. And the bus driver got really mad, and he said, "Get off the bus and walk home." So there was about 15 of us that had to get off the bus and start walking home, and we lived 7 miles away from
Oh my
school.
gosh.
And so here's all these little kids trudging through the snow. The bus got out of the ditch and drove by us.
It sucks for you guys. I bet your parents were pissed off.
Well, yeah. They were mad first at us for getting off the bus. And it was like, the driver kicked us off. We were, it took them about an hour to come get us because they didn't realize. They just thought, oh, it's snowy, so the bus is late. So finally, about an hour into this, we're all soaking wet in the snow. And one of our parents came and picked us up and took us home. So that was my story. I'll never forget it.
Oh, thanks, Lori. Poor little kids with their frostbitten toes.
I'm just picturing the bus driving by as all the kids that were on the bus are now struggling to walk through the snow, hitting a horn, "Rah, rah, watch out, kids." It just keeps going.
Shout out to the bus drivers. Shout out to the bus drivers of the world, taking good care of everyone. Rockaholics, we know that at some point...
I'm starting to think maybe I should drive my kid to school.
Maybe we should. Rockaholics, we know that at some point you have had a ridiculous run-in with the law, one that you will never forget. Call us up now as we want to hear that story. And that story will give you a chance at winning tickets to see AEW Dynamite in Everett at Angel of the Winds Arena. Call us up, 206-803-ROCK. We'll take your calls at 7:50.
The Daly Migs Show.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Looking for a job is lonely. Endless searching, phone calls that go nowhere, applications that vanish into thin air. What if you could link with dozens of local companies who are hiring right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, endless opportunities, and no fees ever for job seekers. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The perfect combination of versatile athleisure and training apparel has arrived. Thanks to the visionary minds of New Balance, Clutch Athletics, and Rich Paul, the design reflects the heart of the athlete and spirit of the community. With rising defensive football stars Will Anderson and Chase Young on the roster, Clutch Athletics brings the best innovative gear to all athletes, giving them style and performance on and off the field. Learn more and purchase Clutch Athletics at newbalance.com.
Now on the Daly Migs Show. Damn. Some birds aren't meant to be caged. Yet, here we are, butt naked, eating soggy bologna sandwiches. Figure it's time to get busy living and get busy winning. Let's play Cellmates.
Cellmates, where lawbreakers become game changers. And this week we are playing for tickets to see AEW Dynamite at Angel of the Winds Arena on May 15th. Let's meet our cellmates. We have Josh in Renton. Josh, what kind of perks do you get when your friend's dad is a cop?
Good morning. Yeah, so back in middle school, a buddy of mine, his dad was a cop. He was also on the Seattle SWAT team. And while his dad was not at home, we got into his dad's supply case and borrowed some pepper spray and a couple of tasers. And we went out in the backyard and we each took turns getting tased. And then I was the first one up to get pepper sprayed, and then I ended up being the only one to get pepper sprayed because we realized how awful it was.
Oh, yeah.
And while I'm in the backyard with the hose spraying on my face trying to rinse it off, his dad came home and busted us, and he was not pleased.
Oh, no.
Well, I have a question, though, because you guys said you got into a supply case. Did he not have a lock on that supply case? Like, how did you guys get into it?
I know how to pick locks.
Oh. I bet he got a better lock after that.
Yeah, maybe
my mom helped me learn to pick locks when I was a little kid.
You know, my mom did, too. Why did your mom teach you how to pick locks?
Because my mom's an antique dealer and would occasionally come across like jewelry boxes and stuff like that with a missing key.
Oh.
And more often than not, the jewelry box was worth more than whatever costume jewelry was in it. and I got a lock-picking kit at a different garage sale, and she showed me how to do it with simple locks, and I just enjoyed practicing it.
And I'm sure she had no clue that it was going to be applied in this kind of a situation. All right, so you guys said...
no.
You said you stopped after the pepper spray because it was so terrible, but you guys did tase each other.
Yes, we did. That was awful.
I can only imagine. Where'd you guys hit each other with it?
I took it right in the chest.
Ooh. Like a man. Oh, wow. That sounds like a terrible idea. Always go for the butt.
We were like 13 years old. We were all kinds of stupid.
Yeah, fair. That's the best.
The taser
ever.
wisdom comes as you age, you know.
Josh, that's a great story.
Josh, we're going to meet your cellmate, who is Andrew in Ording. Andrew, I do love a bad boy, so tell me, how bad were you being when you got pulled over?
Wow.
We were, my friend Mike, who's a very fluffy fellow, was very, very high. And we stopped at the Krispy Kreme where Panera Bread is in Puyallup now.
Yes.
And I ran a light, and the policeman pulled us over. And we waited there for about 20 minutes. My friend was very, very hungry and said he couldn't wait no more, and stuck his finger in the jelly donut, was like, and got very excited. And then the police officer came to the window and says, "Do you know why I pulled you over?" And I looked at him. I was right about to respond. And then my friend Mike looked at the donuts, looked back at him, and said, "Because you can smell them."
Oh. That never goes well.
And then the officer got really upset for a second, and then looked down at the donuts, and then literally stepped away, and all we heard was, this very loud, obnoxious laugh. He came back to the window with tears in his eyes, and he goes, "I don't know what your friend is on, but you're going to get away. You can go right now." And Mike literally goes like this, says, "Would you like to take a donut?" He gave him a donut. The cop took a donut.
It's a nice little extension of friendship.
Andrew, I just ask you, never, ever, ever, please don't ever make that sound effect that you made when he originally touched the jelly donut again, because I've been disturbed ever since I heard that sound.
Steve Migs, based on the severity of the crimes of these two cellmates, who should go first in the game?
Karen, I know you love yourself a bad boy, but I'm going with Josh, a man who tased himself in the chest.
All right, Josh, first question to you. The unicorn is the national animal of which country in the UK?
Scotland.
Yes,
How
baby.
did you know that?
Everybody knows that, Steve.
I'm good at trivia, man.
It's also National Unicorn Day, I think.
It is Happy National Unicorn Day.
All right, Andrew, you must get this right for the game to continue. After Alaska, which U.S. state has the longest coastline?
The longest coastline. Hawaii.
Oh, that would be Florida. So congratulations to Josh. You have won the tickets. You're going to AEW Dynamite at Angel of the Winds Arena on Wednesday, May 15th.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah is right.
That's going to be a blast.
It is. So is my boyfriend Cody Rhodes going to be there?
No, he's not part of AEW.
He's
right.
WWE.
He helped start AEW, but then he left them, and now he's in the WWE.
So he wouldn't just show up just for old times' sake?
Well, now that he knows that you have the hots for him, he might be willing to show up. I mean, I'm sure his wife Brandy won't mind that whatsoever.
I'm going to become friends with her.
It's crazy like that. That's how he's trying to finish the story. The story now is Taryn Daly.
I would like to point out that in one day we've made it from her having no idea who Cody Rhodes is. Now he's her boyfriend.
Right.
So tomorrow they're going to be married, and by Friday they're going to be divorced.
No, by Friday she's going to get the Cody Rhodes American Nightmare tattoo on her neck.
Yes.
If not on her neck. I feel like when we go to SmackDown, if we have a few drinks, we might end up at a tattoo place and get matching Cody Rhodes tattoos.
I would do it.
How about today? We now have made Taryn Daly into a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
And our friend Sarah has become a college basketball fan.
What is happening?
Both for the dumbest reasons.
We love sports, guys.
Oh,
we
clearly.
love sports.
No, you just like bulging chests.
Greased up dudes, sweaty dudes in. Rockaholics, one of the most well-known singers of all time, is going viral because he appeared to be a little or maybe a lot too excited while on stage. Yes, that kind of excited.
Oh, I'm sure he's going to be your new favorite singer.
We're going to tell you who this happened to after the Foo Fighters.
The Daily Migs Show.
Ricky Martin is all over the news because of what happened at Madonna's concert in Miami this past Sunday. Ricky was, of course, invited on stage by Madonna to judge a dance portion of the show.
I was hoping I was going to get called on stage at Climate Pledge when she did that, but I didn't go to the show because I don't give an F about Madonna. But please continue.
She had her dance crew, her dance troupe, they put on quite a show.
Yes.
We've seen some of the footage. These dancers strut down this runway, and apparently in this situation with Ricky Martin, they receive judges' scores from Madonna and a rotating lineup of celebrity judges. The one on Sunday was Ricky Martin.
Which is actually pretty, I would imagine if you're a Madonna fan and you see Ricky Martin up there, that's a big deal.
Absolutely. So during a performance of Vogue, Ricky Martin appeared to be a little excited.
Voguing with his third arm?
He was very voguey. Yes.
Have you seen the video footage of this?
I have.
I have too. I'm torn. And Danny and I were having a conversation about this because we always have conversations about pop stars.
About Ricky Martin getting excited?
Yes. It's every morning, and finally we have a reason to.
Yeah.
Dude, there's a very good chance that he had an accidental stiffy.
Yeah.
There's a very good chance. But there's also a very good chance those are just how the pants fold.
Yeah.
So I did.
What do you mean? You don't believe us?
Not for 1 second. I watched the video multiple times.
I'm sure you did.
Zoomed in a little. That is not just the way the pants lay.
I remember in Catholic high school, we had to wear like dress pants. And dress pants, for some reason, when you sit, they fold and look that way.
They tent up a little bit.
They do. And it looks straight up like you're packing some heat. But then you find out, and Sarah doesn't believe me.
Okay, but in the video, when I watched, I get what you're saying, and I thought that could be the case. But then he kind of does this little like shimmy wiggle, and it looks like he's trying to like kind of hide something.
Oh, so you think that's what's going on?
Yeah.
And he has numbers like rating the dancers, and he's you can tell when he's putting the numbers down, he's trying to.
Was he balancing it on that?
Kind of looked like it.
Also, the dance. I was getting excited watching the dancers.
Woo! Oh yeah, they were like grinding on him.
Very sexual.
Yeah, it was. It was like watching a gentleman's club. A gentleman's club.
So I went to the Trilogy tour because I'm a huge Ricky Martin fan, obviously.
Are you really?
No.
Okay.
Like back in the day.
I stopped liking him when he left Menudo, personally.
Well, I can understand. I can understand that. But it was Ricky Martin, Enrique Iglesias, and Pitbull.
Oh, I'd go there for Pitbull.
Across the board, the dancers and everything that was going on. I mean, I was like sexually exhausted after that show. I was. So I feel like Ricky Martin probably was a little sexually not exhausted.
Well, see, I can't ask you guys this question because you don't have to deal with this. But Danny,
Hi.
Have you ever had an accidental
100%.
Where it's like you're in a situation where like I mean, obviously when we were younger, it happened quite a bit.
Yeah, with see-through swim trunks at the time that I didn't realize were see-through.
Oh my God.
No.
Yeah.
How old were you when this
8th
went down?
grade. I was probably 13 or so, 13, 14.
And you were around girls that you liked?
Yeah, my girlfriend was there. And we went to the beach water park, which was like this big, I mean, it's essentially like what Wild Waves is of Albuquerque. And of course, we went down a water slide together and we get out and I'm all happy in multiple ways. And I get out and everyone is just staring at me and laughing. And I'm like, what's going on?
You had no idea that was going on?
No. Luckily, my girlfriend was actually kind of nice at the time. She was like, you should probably get a towel. And I was like, oh, and she's like, yeah, it's see-through. And I was like, they were like this light yellow color.
Were you aware that you were experiencing that?
No.
Oh, so you didn't even...
I didn't
Are
even
you paralyzed
realize
from the
it.
waist down? I mean, like, how do you not
don't
know you're feeling it?
It was cold water, Steve, but it did not help in that way.
See, I remember one time, and I'll never forget this, and it happened at one of our radio conventions. Not with you guys, don't worry. But it was when we did one time, and I'll never forget. It was in Miami, and my wife went with us. And I don't know what it is about hot tubs, but hot tubs...
Bring out the best in you.
They do, and I don't know why. And I remember I was sitting there with my wife, and I'm like, she's like, okay, let's go jump in the pool. I'm like, I can't. She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I just can't. She's like, why? And I kind of like pulled her in a little closer. I'm like, I got an accidental, you know what, Ski? And she could not stop laughing. She's like, come on. Now she's like goading me on. Like, come on, get out of the hot tub. Let's go. And I'm just sitting there like embarrassed because... You know, right at that point, everything's cool until a family comes and jumps into the hot tub with us. And now I'm just like, I can't move. I can't. I just have to thankfully once they got in there, it helped me with getting out of that situation. You know what I mean? Because I was just like, okay, this is awkward.
Someone needs to turn these jets off immediately. It's just too much.
It just feels too good.
Wow. Well, the solar eclipse happened yesterday.
Oh, did it?
And many people were absolutely stoked to witness this, but not everyone on social media was feeling it. So, of course, we will have to go straight to the comments at 8:20.
The Daily Migs Show.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
For those in the market for flavor, there's Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas, a flavorful drink that's a modern twist on a Mexican street classic with 4 vibrant and refreshing flavors. Pineapple, watermelon, hibiscus, and cucumber lime, made with a splash of real fruit juice. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas are perfect for any fiesta, small or big. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas, boldly authentic, vibrantly flavorful. Drink responsibly. Modelo Spiked Aguas Frescas flavored beers imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois. Hibiscus contains juice only for color.
Everyone knows social media is a time suck. And what you're about to hear proves it. If it's online, someone, somewhere, has an opinion and is whining about it. So let's get straight to the comments.
Yesterday was the solar eclipse. So, of course, there were a ton of posts on social media about it. Many people were excited to share photos and talk about it.
Did you get caught up in it?
I did see some awesome photos. Sarah, I think you got some from a friend that was in Baja, Mexico.
Yeah.
And had some pretty awesome shots.
She did.
It was very exciting to see.
I got sucked into it with one of my old college friends. She messaged me a shot of the eclipse in Plattsburgh, New York, and the video of it. And I was like, all right, for someone who's been poo-pooing it the entire time, I was like, that is pretty freaking cool.
It's pretty dope. So a lot of people, again, excited about it. But, of course, there's a population that just wanted to complain. So let's go straight to the comments.
All right, we came across a few social media posts about the pictures, the videos of all the solar eclipse insanity. We sent all these posts to our friend, our coworker, Jason, our production director, a.k.a. Veggie Dog, a.k.a. VD, and we say, hey, pull out some of your favorites and reenact them in whatever kind of voice that you want to do. So it's our chance to illustrate just how ridiculous and how angry people get on social media. So are you ready for our first comment as interpreted by Jason?
Oh, yes.
All right, here we go.
I feel ripped off. It's just too cloudy to see it. Well, maybe next time.
I don't know if I'd go on social media to complain that I missed it.
Because of the weather.
I mean, yeah.
Suck it, clowns. The world didn't end.
Did you see a lot of people were thinking that the world was coming to an end because of the eclipse?
Really?
Oh, I saw that a lot on people, on comments. Not necessarily. None of my friends were posting thinking the world was coming to an end, but I was like, these are probably the same people that fell for, Y2K.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting.
Oh, no. I missed it. Oh, wait. I remember. I don't give two because I actually have a life.
Whoa, and you hate science?
I think you can have a life and still enjoy a solar eclipse.
Yes.
My wife insisted we drive 8 hours to get a better view of the solar eclipse. And I must say, that was pretty lame. What a waste of gas in my life. A precious day I'll never get back. Thanks, honey.
They must be a fun couple.
I bet.
Y'all are sheep. Keep falling for the mainstream media trying to distract us from real shit. Like Puff Daddy.
Ain't wrong. It's P. Diddy, or it's Diddy now.
Diddy.
Get it right, buddy.
I was promised lizard people. Worst eclipse ever.
Now, I would have been fired up if lizard people were showing up for the eclipse.
Is that a thing?
No, I don't think there's such a thing.
Where did that even come from?
I think a sci-fi movie, maybe, Taryn. I don't know. Do you really think there's lizard people? Did you post that one?
No.
I missed it. Good thing all of you assholes are flooding my feed with quality pictures of the sun. Same bags that post pics of the fireworks on the 4th of July. You are not a photographer. Get off my feed.
Get off my lawn, buddy.
Whoa.
I never heard the term F-bags.
Yeah. I like it.
I think I might use that tonight at the Kraken game.
Incorporate that.
Call some of the players that. I do want to give a quick shout out to my buddy Munson. He sent me a tweet.
Yeah?
And I don't know if you saw what was going on with one of these things. We can get rid of that music. We're done with the... yeah.
No more comments.
Done with the comments. Apparently in Mexico, they were playing video of the eclipse, but they were just grabbing video from social media and not bothering to preview it. So they ended up airing a video of a dude's berries that he made look like it was the solar eclipse. And the best part of it is it's going on, everything's good. We won't understand what they're saying, but all of a sudden they blur it out in the video that I saw. But this is actually somebody's berries, and the two female anchors just look mortified when they realize what just went down.
How long did it take him to figure it out?
Well, there it is right there.
Oh my god! Oh my! Oh.
So great.
Someone's got to do their job better. Quality control.
The guy in the middle's like, I didn't. Yeah, we didn't.
Didn't vet that video.
Can you imagine the conversation when they go to a commercial break? Who? Did you not bother to double check this? Because it's very apparent that it's not the sun or the moon.
Do you think that person loses their job?
I mean, at least send them home for the day.
You go think about what you did. Well, last night was a very big night for Sarah. Woo! Because UConn won the national championship, and their coach actually predicted all of this 4 years ago. What do we mean? We're going to tell you after Aerosmith.
The Daily Migs Show.
Last night, we watched UConn beat Purdue 75-60 in the national championship game to win their second consecutive national title. And
one
Sarah,
person on the show is very happy about that. The other three didn't care.
Congrats, Sarah. You picked UConn to go all the way.
I sure did.
We're still not not sure why. We're not sure why you chose them.
Because I knew.
Yeah,
you just knew.
You picked the two number one ranked teams to go to the finals. You are such a Nostradamus.
Well, it makes me kind of question y'all's intelligence because you guys filled out the same brackets and yet you didn't do that.
Well, I mean, in all fairness, it took you till now to question our intelligence. We've never said we're smart.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm smarter than y'all, so...
Well,
wow.
Congratulations, Sarah. You're the big winner. This makes UConn the first team to go back-to-back since Florida back in 2006 and 2007. This should not come as some crazy surprise, though, because UConn's head coach, Dan Hurley, warned us that this was coming all the way back in 2020. And here he is 4 years ago talking about the team's future.
I just think we're in year two of a rebuild, man. Like this isn't, this isn't the way UConn's looked. We're on our way back. We got exciting young players. We got an older group of guys that are gonna get enough wins this year that they'll feel good about the way their career ended. We got some exciting young players that are gonna help lead us back. We're gonna continue to recruit and develop and bring in the type of players that will bring UConn back. People better get us now. That's all. You better get us now because it's coming.
I love that guy. It's coming.
He knew. So they've been in.
That's all. You better get us now because it's coming.
And it has been total domination for them.
It's coming.
UConn is 105-29 with 12 consecutive wins in the NCAA tournament.
It's coming.
I don't know why I'm just obsessed with this guy.
12 of those big wins, though, they averaged a 22-point victory per game.
It's coming.
It's confident.
Dude, I mean, they have 6 championships. Obviously not with him, but they've now gone back-to-back with him. Did you watch the game?
Oh, yes. Well, the first half was close. Second half, it was just an embarrassment for Purdue.
I am fixated on this guy. Just watching his emotions. Did you see him he was yelling at one of the other players for flopping? That guy does not know how to hold his emotions in, which I think is really entertaining. And then after the game, I just love the pure cockiness of, I don't know if it's cockiness or he's so proud and confident of his team. But when he said this right after the game, I did have to chuckle.
For the last 25, 30 years, UConn's been running college basketball. And I see all the former champs over there. And we've been running college basketball the last 30 years. Let's go.
Oh, yeah, he's cocky. Yeah, he's a little cocky. And then during the press conference, he said this.
So, what could you say? We won. By a lot again.
By a lot again.
I got to imagine if you're not a UConn fan, you probably hate this guy. If you're a college basketball fan.
For sure.
And then he put his kid in. Did you see at the end? He put his kid in.
He's got to get a couple minutes.
Which was weird because his kid's 7 years old. He's not even playing the team. He's just wearing a replica jersey. No, he's on the team. But some people were giving him a hard time, like, oh, that's nepotism. But then somebody brought up a point on social media. They were talking about his son. And I guess he did an interview where he said that his son is kind of the bridge between him and the team. So the team all love his son. They're all teammates. And his son is kind of like the liaison in a sense. He gives his dad a pulse of what the team's all about. That way he can kind of adjust how he is as a coach. And I was like, well, that's a pretty interesting way to kind of look at it.
Do you think the kid still lives at home?
Oh, yeah. No, he lives on campus, I'd imagine.
I'd live in Daddy's mansion.
I don't know. I think I'd live on campus if I'm one of the players on the UConn basketball team. I need my privacy, if you know what I mean.
You're probably right.
I got some ladies that want to come by and say what's up.
Yes. You are listening to the Daily Migs Show. Give us a follow on social media. Our handle is at Daily Migs. Now, earlier this morning, we played our game Cellmates. We do it every day at 7:50, where listeners share their crazy run-ins with the law.
Yes.
And we found out today that one of our contestants was not very honest with us.
He's a damn liar. He's a damn liar. And we did not realize it because, you don't get... We all love comedy, but I don't think we've all watched every single Comedy Central special that's ever come out.
No.
Well, he told a story that when we looked at the text line after we were finished with the segment, the text lines were blowing up like, dude, that guy just stole a comedy bit verbatim for his story about his run-in with the law. And it's, Fluffy, Gabriel Iglesias.
Of course.
He's super funny. We've had him in studio in the past. Big wrestling fan. I think he likes Cody Rhodes there, Tyron.
I bet he does. We have that in common.
Yes. Well, so we have the phone call from Cellmates, and this was Andrew who called in telling us his run-in with the law. And you have a clip of what he said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Andrew in Ording. Andrew, I do love a bad boy, so tell me, how bad were you being when you got pulled over?
Wow.
We were, my friend Mike, who's a very fluffy fellow, was very, very high. And we stopped at the Krispy Kreme where Panera Bread is in Puyallup now.
Yes.
And I ran a light, and the policeman pulled us over. And we waited there for about 20 minutes. My friend was very, very hungry and said he couldn't wait no more, and stuck his finger in the jelly donut, was like, and got very excited. And then the police officer came.
We got the vibe. Eventually, he ended up saying then the police officer said something about donuts. He's like, do you want one? And the cop thought it was funny and let him out of the ticket.
He said, you could smell it. That's why you pulled me over.
Yes. So he told the story. We're like, whatever. It's just a story. And then I look at the text line after the fact, and it's just like, I'm pretty sure that guy just stole Fluffy's comedy skit about cops and donuts. Another person says that donut story is BS. That's a joke done by Gabriel Fluffy Iglesias. WTF. Another person, he just stole that story verbatim from a comedian. Another person said, the comic's name is Fluffy, and he even called his friend Fluffy. His story is a little funnier than the donuts. So we went online to go find it, and it was from a very popular Comedy Central special that Gabriel Iglesias did. And here's a little bit of what the original version sounded like.
I'm sitting there patiently waiting, and the cop is taking forever. I said, the hell with this, he's taking too long. I grabbed my box, I put it on my lap, I flipped it open, right? I was gonna get nasty. And just as I was about to tear it up, the cop gets to the window and says the same thing that they all say, right? You know why I stopped you? It was too easy. I looked at him and I said, because you can smell it. Oh, he was dying, man. Son of a bitch! Whatever, he let me go, man.
I've heard that story before.
That comic just stole a whole thing that our listener told just a couple of minutes ago, put it in a Comedy Central special from a few years ago. This is crazy how this world works.
Wild
I mean,
times.
if you're going to steal a story, maybe don't steal it from a comic that has a Comedy Central special about it.
So publicly available.
Yeah, like maybe we were too stupid to well, I don't know if it's too stupid. We just weren't aware of it. But our rockaholics were, shame on you. I'm glad you lost.
And thank you, Rockaholics, for
Yes.
holding up the integrity of cellmates.
If there's one thing we are, is a show of integrity. Depends on when you listen.
Rockaholics, how would you like to beat Steve? His record is 87 wins, 24 losses, and 12 ties in 2024. 206-803-ROCK. We'll play Beat Migs at 8:50.
The Daly Migs Show.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At Metro, get an iPhone 12 with 5G and a dual camera system for $99.99. Take amazing pictures and share them instantly. And don't put up with life's yada yada.
Yada yada.
Like photo bombers. Zoom, crop out,
Yada yada.
and bye.
You don't take yada yada in life, don't take yada yada from your wireless provider. Get iPhone 12 with 5G with no activation fees and nada yada yada. Only at Metro by T-Mobile. Switch to Metro, bring your ID. This offer isn't available for customers currently at T-Mobile or that have been with Metro in the past 180 days.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
I'm Sandra, and I'm just the professional your small business was looking for. But you didn't hire me because you didn't use LinkedIn Jobs. LinkedIn has professionals you can't find anywhere else, including those who aren't actively looking for a new job, but might be open to the perfect role, like me.
In a given month, over 70% of LinkedIn users don't visit other leading job sites. So if you're not looking on LinkedIn, you'll miss out on great candidates like Sandra. Start hiring professionals like a professional. Post your free job on linkedin.com/recommend today.
Hey, Whatcom County, the holidays are over and lots of Americans are financially drained. Luckily, Bayside Coin and Jewelry pays top dollar for scrap gold, jewelry, and gold, silver, or platinum coins. If you have a pile of old jewelry or a stash of silver dollars, bring them into the store and see what they're worth. Or visit PacificRimCoins.com/calculator to get an instant quote using our free scrap calculator. That's PacificRimCoins.com/calculator for an instant quote.
The Daly Migs Show presents the most popular radio game on this side of the speaker. Let's play Beat Migs.
Beat Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa! Beat Migs, you're a loser.
be Migs. I know Eric from Puyallup is. Eric, are you there?
Yes, I am.
I'm Sarah, your host, and it's time for you to get out of here, Steve.
Bye-bye.
For those playing at home, Eric has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you'll only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
In the spirit of the Kool-Aid Man. Oh, yeah.
Yes. What was the name of the ship that brought the Pilgrims to America in 1620?
The Mayflower.
Correct. What color shirt does comic strip character Peppermint Patty typically wear?
Pass.
What team won the most recent NCAA men's basketball championship?
Kentucky?
No.
Pass.
What is the longest bone in the human body?
The femur.
Correct. The line "to be or not to be" comes from which Shakespeare play?
Hamlet.
Yes. When it comes to education, what does GPA stand for?
Grade point average.
Correct. Who played Polly in the romantic comedy Juno?
Oh, Michael Cera?
Yes. What herb is known as coriander in some parts of the world?
Cilantro.
Yes. How many countries make up Central America?
11.
No.
9?
No.
Pass.
What animal is known for its ability to change color to match its surroundings?
Chameleon.
Yes.
All right.
Eric, you got 7 correct. Okay.
It's going to be a Puyallup battle.
I believe so. I think it's going to be pretty close. I think he's going to get some of the questions in the beginning right, but then I don't know how well he's going to do at the end. So
there he is.
We'll see.
There he is.
There I am.
Steve.
I always know that something good happened for the caller when I walk in because you two.
I know.
We have no poker face.
We don't.
Danny might have a good poker face, or he's just still on Team Steve. The two of you just want to see me fail, which makes me want to succeed even more. I feel like the coach of UConn.
You're getting stronger with our hatred.
Yes, a fellow ball brother and Dan Hurley. I'm going to win it for him.
Steve, are you ready?
Yes.
What was the name of the ship that brought the Pilgrims to America in 1620?
The Santa Maria.
No.
The Nina.
No.
Pinta.
No. What color shirt does comic strip character Peppermint Patty typically wear?
Green.
Correct. What team won the most recent NCAA men's basketball championship?
Oh, it's talking about UConn.
Yeah, buddy. What is the longest bone in the human body?
I would say Ricky Martin.
No.
No. Oh, wait. The thing on the bing. Femur.
Correct. The line "to be or not to be" comes from which Shakespeare play?
Hamlet.
Correct.
That
When
is
it
the
comes to
question.
education, what does GPA stand for?
Grade point average.
Yes. Who played Polly in the romantic comedy Juno?
Oh, crap. Michael Cera.
Yes. What herb is known as coriander in some parts of the world?
What herb? Coriander. I'm going to go with paprika.
No.
Cumin.
No.
Salt.
No.
Pepper.
No. How many countries make up Central America?
5.
No.
6.
No.
9.
No. What animal is known for its ability to change color to match its surroundings?
A chameleon.
Yes.
Oh, we were talking about that with Tatum yesterday for some reason.
And Steve, you get 7 correct, which is a tie. 7-7. Okay, I'll take a tie over you winning, Steve.
Well, he didn't beat Steve.
He tried.
Wow, Steve, I feel like I should give you minus all your points for the first question.
What was the question again?
What was the name of the ship that brought the Pilgrims to America in 1620? Erica got it correct.
The Christopher Columbus?
No.
The USS Minnow.
No. I love this. What's
Spirit Airlines.
What's the next month?
What month are we in right now?
April.
Oh, May. The Mayweather.
Oh my God.
Mayflower.
All right, if you had 10 guesses, maybe you would have got there. Maybe.
It's been a minute since we talked about this.
It's been a minute since we've talked
Yeah,
about
the Floyd Mayweather.
Of course,
Yes.
everyone knows that.
Yes, it just punches right through the water.
Woo. And then does anyone know how many countries make up Central America?
4?
No.
3.
No.
7.
11.
There we go.
Duh.
7.
You guys are so stupid.
Wow. Congratulations on tying, Eric.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy is right.
Speaking of oh boy, a well-known country artist was arrested for being an idiot, and he's caught smiling in his mugshot picture. We're going to tell you all about it after Van Halen.
The Daily Migs Show.
Morgan Wallen was arrested on 3 counts of felony reckless endangerment this past Sunday night in downtown Nashville. So he allegedly threw a chair off of a 6th-story roof.
I do love that. I know we have to do that, the whole allegedly thing, even though there were witnesses that saw him do it, and then he actually got arrested for it.
And apparently this area is very densely, populated.
It's busy.
With pedestrians and the like, and there happened to be cops right there.
Yeah, when he threw it, it landed right in front of a couple of cops. I mean, it could have landed on anybody because, like you said, it's very populated around that area. This could have been a really awful story because I know he originally got arrested, and some of the charges he got are like, are like as if he was like trying to like intentionally hurt somebody. But it's like, yeah, dude, you're throwing these chairs over a roof. Whether or not you wanted to hit somebody, if you did, you're in a lot of trouble for that.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse.
When's he going to grow up? I know nothing about the guy, but I know he's in his 30s. I don't really listen to Morgan Wallen's music. I know he's super popular.
Yes.
But at some point, you're going to be like, dude, I'm a massive country music star, and I'm in my 30s. Maybe I should stop being so stupid. And this is coming from someone who's still stupid in his 40s. But I wouldn't be so stupid to throw a chair over the roof of a bar.
No. So Michael Phillips was the security personnel at this bar, Chief's Bar, which is Eric Church's bar that he owns. And he appeared on TMZ Live to talk about what he witnessed on Sunday night. It was the moment when Morgan Wallen allegedly hurled the chair from the rooftop, which, of course, led to his arrest.
Well, I was working the front door where everybody comes in at, and I wasn't checking IDs, I was checking bags. Seeing him came in with 2 bodyguards. At first, didn't know it was him because I wouldn't think he'll come in broader daylight like that. I thought because we got a VIP section for famous people, so I didn't really think it was him. I know he looked like him, but he went straight to the rooftop. Probably about 30 minutes later, I had a call on my walkie-talkie. Somebody threw a chair off the rooftop. I almost hit a Metro car, so I went straight to the rooftop, and me and another security guard grabbed him, took him down the elevator, escorted him out to get to the Metro.
So there was a celebrity that
sounds like a real joyful guy.
One celebrity did chime in on this as well.
Okay.
John Rich.
Who the hell is John Rich?
Not sure.
Is that Big and Rich?
Probably.
I'm assuming.
Be, right? Yeah. Okay.
Does that Save a Horse Ride a Cowboy? Is that Big and Rich?
You're asking the wrong people.
I'm looking at Danny like, come on, Albuquerque.
What? Okay.
Don't you play them on Emo Night, Big and Rich?
Every single, no.
So John Rich, we're assuming of Big and Rich, said, I can't help but recall the destructive, crazy things I did early in my career.
Is that what he sounds like?
The combo of intense pressure, expectations, and over-the-top success is a dangerous cocktail. Well, throwing a chair is a dangerous thing.
Have you ever thrown something? I talked about not being stupid. In college, I was stupid. And again, also, I wasn't a massively successful country music artist. I maybe would have toned it down a little bit. But I remember one time we threw a refrigerator off the second floor of our fraternity house.
A big one or like a mini fridge?
Not a mini fridge.
An actual refrigerator.
It stopped working. So we were like, we got to get it downstairs. And of course, we're having this conversation while drunk. Because we're like, well, how are we going to get it down the stairs? I don't want to be the one at the bottom of that. This is not going to go. Meanwhile, we probably could have just bought one, and the place that would buy it would also take the old one. But, drunk idiots not thinking that. I'm like, well, what if we just throw it off the balcony? Because, it's right in the kitchen. You open up a door, and there's a little bit of a balcony. So, like, why don't we just chuck it off of that? Who cares if it gets smashed? Because we're throwing it away anyway. So we did that.
Was it awesome?
It was amazing. It was so amazing. It was so much fun because nobody was down there. There was no chance of anybody getting hurt. We weren't just throwing it willy-nilly off of a bar where we didn't know people were walking around. But, man, there was nothing better than having that. You felt like a rock star, like you're like in The Who and you're trashing a hotel and you're throwing a TV out the window. But we're doing it in a very, I say safe, but at least a very controlled environment. Drunk college kids throwing a refrigerator off the second floor.
Yeah, but it felt awesome.
It was amazing.
Also, another question. Have you ever had your mugshot taken?
No.
Because Morgan Wallen is smiling in 2 mugshots that he's had.
His mugshot is so funny. Have you seen it?
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing. It is my dream mugshot. If I were ever to get one, I want to look exactly like he looks. So happy. He looks no F's given.
This looks like a profile picture on like Plenty of Fish or on Tinder.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, I might swipe on this guy. He looks very sweet.
I would not swipe on that guy.
All right,
I would swipe the other. Whatever is the no direction.
I understand. You're more of a Cody Rhodes kind of person nowadays. We've learned that. I think he seems very nice and approachable.
So nice and so innocent in his mugshot.
Yes.
It's great.
That just looks nothing like a mugshot at all.
I know if I were ever to get a mugshot, which I've thought about and dreamed about, because I think we're all a little shocked that I haven't had one already. But I was always like, I want to have the courage to smile.
I don't think they offer this, but you would think we know enough police officers that we could just go down and stand in front of the mugshot wall and have them take a picture for you.
I mean, you could, but then she didn't earn it.
Yeah, and she's just a poser.
Yeah, Sarah really wants to earn things, I've learned.
That's her wearing a Ramones t-shirt when she's never listened to the Ramones.
Or Alice in Chains.
Or
whatever.
That's her
she's heard
favorite
two
band.
songs. She's heard 2 songs.
Danny, that's her favorite band.
Yeah, what? Okay. Yeah, I want to earn it.
Has anyone had a mugshot in here?
No.
No.
Wow, we're like goody two-shoes.
Which is shocking.
Honestly, with you, it is a little impressive.
Yeah, I mean, the more we get to know Taryn Daly, I'm actually really surprised.
I expect more out of you.
More mugshots.
Yeah, but this Morgan guy, is this going to be the wake-up call for probably not? He's still rich.
Look, he's smiling in his mugshot. He doesn't care.
You're right. He's showing no remorse. Thankfully, he didn't hurt anyone, so maybe he would have less of a smiley face if he did hurt somebody, but this guy's a tool.
So have we had an apology issued from him yet or anything like that?
Nothing. I'm sure something will come out.
I bet his publicist is having a blast right now.
Oh, that publicist has had to deal with a few things over time.
Yeah.
You got to imagine at some point the publicist is on the phone with him like, Morgan, when are you going to grow up?
Mm-hmm.
When are you going to grow up? I appreciate making all this money off of you, but you're only hurting yourself by doing stupid stuff like this.
Stressing me out.
Yes.
Rockaholics, we know that you are a massive music fan, but could you name a song after only hearing 1 second of the chorus? Prove it. And if so, you could win tickets to attend a Pearl Jam listening party before the record even comes out. 206-803-ROCK. We'll play Hook or Shook at 9:20.
The Daily Migs Show.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Looking for a job is lonely. Endless searching, phone calls that go nowhere, applications that vanish into thin air. What if you could link with dozens of local companies who are hiring right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, endless opportunities, and no fees ever for job seekers. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
The Daily Migs Show presents the Extreme Music Showdown. Let's play Hook or Shook. Please sign this waiver before we continue. Thank you. We'll drop a 1-second snippet of the hook of a song. If you can't name the song, watch out. You're gonna get shook.
Time to play Hook or Shook, Rockaholics. This week we're playing for tickets to experience Pearl Jam's Dark Matter in the dark.
In the dark.
It's a special one-night-only global theatrical experience happening a week from today, April 16th at Regal Meridian 16 in Seattle.
In the dark.
In the dark. And this morning, our contestant is Colby in Olympia. Good morning, Colby.
Morning.
So you must get both of the songs right to win the prize. The first one, you'll be on your own. The second one, this is where you can get shook. A member of our show at random must get it right for you. If not, you will lose, and we will give those to caller number 9 instead. Let's see who you're playing with. Will it be me, Migs, or Sarah?
That's on Taryn. Now Sarah, it's back on me. Oh, man, it's been landing on me quite a bit.
2 days in a row? I guess at least the last 2 days.
It's because I'm wearing that Sex Panther.
Is that what it is?
60% of the time, it works 100% of the time. What? Isn't that what it is?
Oh, boy.
100% of the time, it works 60% of the time?
Colby, you and Mr.
I'm not
Sex
very good
Panther,
at quoting
Steve Migs.
Anchorman quotes. Sorry, Danny.
Oh, I've never seen Anchorman.
Oh, Oh, so you don't even understand what the hell I'm talking
No,
about.
I was like, well, you're wearing a what?
Sex Panther.
Yeah, I never seen it.
Oh, boy. Well, that's a homework assignment for you, Danny.
It's the greatest cologne all time.
Colby and Olympia, are you ready for your clip?
Yes, I am.
Oh, that's a good one. Your dad does too.
Yup.
Would you like to hear it again, Colby?
Yeah.
We have people that are poised to give hints.
Would you like a hint?
Yeah, I'd like a hint.
Damn. All right, let me try and think of a band hint. This is a tough one.
Would he know who?
Okay, what is the part of your shoe on the bottom? Soul. Yeah. That is part of the band's name.
Oh, man.
Rhymes with reflective. Reflective soul.
Okay, it's Collective Soul.
Okay, now. Wait, no, it's not over. You guys.
Quality control.
What is going on over there? All right, forget you heard all of that. What do you think the name of the song is?
Oh, man, I don't know no Collective Soul.
Okay, he still needs a hint.
He still needs a hint. Well, Danny just played the song title in the song he just played, but a hint. All right.
Yeah,
I got one. Oh. Okay, for the song title. Rise and...
Rise and Shine?
We'll take it. The game with no integrity.
It truly is the game with no integrity.
I know that song, though.
See, Colby, you love Collective Soul. What are you talking about?
That was
All right,
bad.
Steve Migs, are you ready for your clip?
Oh, we're not done?
I
feel like this game is going on for an eternity.
All right, Migs.
All right, Colby, I got this for you. Oh, they come in a can, put there by a man. And? Peaches by the President of the United States of America. By a man.
Heck yeah.
Getting ready for Seattle Rock Day over here. Oh,
I need to play that for my daughter.
she would probably love it.
But congratulations, Kobe. You're going to go check out that Pearl Jam listening party in the dark.
In the dark.
It's going to be a good time.
Yeah, it was a rough one.
It was. But you know what? We got through it.
We did. That was a team effort. It really was.
I never even thought about playing Presidents of the USA for Tatum. She loves Casper Baby Pants.
Oh, she'll lose her mind when she finds out the guy's got a whole band.
I don't know. I don't know if toddler logic, 4-year-old logic really goes down that road. You know, but I mean, she does like the Proclaimers.
Yeah. But also, when you listen to the Presidents and then you listen to Casper Baby Pants, as you and I do, there's so much creative similarity between, you know what I mean?
But he definitely is. Definitely, like, not dumbed it down, but you know what I mean? Like, childrened it down, if that's even, or toddlered it down. Like, you know, Noodles and Butter and Run Baby Run are a little bit different than Peaches or Kitty or something like that.
Dune Buggy.
But I want to give it a whirl and see if she's going to dig it.
I will caution you, Steve.
Oh.
If you do it, be prepared to listen to Peaches for the next 5 years of your life.
I might then start sending some DMs to Dave Dieter on Facebook being like, I hate you. You don't even know why, but I hate you.
Can I tell you the 3 songs Barrett's into right now?
Yes.
Number 1, Bang Your Head by Quiet Riot.
Let's go.
Number 2,
Mental health will drive you mad. Bang your head.
and he sings along, and it's the best.
Oh, I love that.
Then he loves I Wanna Rock by Twisted Sister.
Those are...
Basically,
those two bands are meant for each other.
He just loves screaming. So then number 3.
Faster Pussycat.
No.
Oh.
Dirty deeds and they're done dirty.
He's a rockaholic.
He is. It's finally like just in the last maybe 3 weeks, he has become a rocker, and I'm so happy about it. So I think you and I should both go home with a homework assignment, play Peaches for our kids.
Yeah.
And let's see how they react.
Well, my kid's really into Cannibal Corpse right now. It's very weird.
Rockaholics, have we talked about something this morning that you would like to talk about? Call us up now, 206-803-ROCK. We'll check in with the Rockaholics after Bon Jovi.
The Daily Migs Show.
All morning, we have received text messages and phone calls from you, Rockaholics, that we've not yet had a chance to chat about. But right now, we are checking in with the Rockaholics, brought to you by the Law Tigers. So we want to talk to you. Give us a call, 206-803-ROCK, anything at all that is on your mind. Earlier today, we were talking about bus driver horror stories from our youth. And Lorenzo in Puyallup, you have a story to add to this.
Oh, yeah. Something straight out of a movie.
What happened?
So I was late to the bus stop. So I had one of those Razor scooters, from the 2000s and 90s.
Oh, yeah.
And I lived on a pretty big hill in Edgewood right outside of Sumner. That's Captain Jack's. I don't know if you're familiar with the bar.
Oh, but, that's the game. Okay, yes. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I was taking the scooter down the hill I'm probably going 35 miles per hour on this little scooter.
Jeez.
In like 7th or 8th grade. And I can see the bus, and all the windows are down, and all the kids are looking at me. My brother's on the bus, and they're all waiting for me. Paula, our bus driver, has the door open. Well, I get the speed wobbles, and the brake doesn't work on this Razor scooter. Oh, no. And I go ass over tea kettle, and like 4 cartwheels later, my face hitting the pavement 4 times, 2 twisted ankles, bruised ribs, my ears are bleeding. I like tweaked my elbow. I'm pretty sure I broke some ribs along with the bruised one. But all the kids see me eat it terribly, like out of an Adam Sandler movie. And Paula just closes the doors and, well, he's not going to make it, and drives off.
Like, I don't want to deal with this bloody-eared kid.
Yeah. And my brother's like, wait, what? We're just going to leave him? And there they went. I had to grab the pieces of my Razor scooter and do a walk of shame up the hill, limping, bleeding out of my ears. And my mom just goes, well, now I got to take you to school. I'm like, I need to go to the hospital.
I might be concussed.
Did you end up going to the hospital?
No, she drove me to school. So I'm sitting there in the principal's office, and I finally get the first period, and all the kids are like, oh, he's alive.
I mean, there is no concussion protocol to going to school.
Not in the 2000s,
Apparently
maybe nowadays.
not. So did they bring you to like a school nurse or anything like that?
No. My mom put cotton swabs inside my ears to stop the blood, which I'm pretty sure is not what you're supposed to do. And then just like dusted my shirt off, made me change my pants because they were all ripped up, and I'm pretty sure I pissed myself.
Oh, no. Oh, my gosh, that's fantastic.
That is an interesting situation to have with
the
Mom.
bus driver just leaving him for dead. The brother stays on the bus.
We are getting a lot of text messages at 206-803-ROCK, and a lot of people are not very happy with Danny V.
Oh, because I know why, I bet you.
Why do you think?
Because I haven't seen a certain movie.
What is wrong with Danny V? Never seen Anchorman? Fire him. Next text. Is Danny a moron? He's never watched Anchorman? Well, yes and yes, but they're not related.
Right, not at all. I haven't seen a lot of movies, and I think that like my lack of movie knowledge will probably astound all of you.
So you didn't understand when I was talking about the cologne called Sex Panther?
Nope.
It's called Sex Panther by Odeon. It's illegal in 9 countries. Yep. It's made with bits of real panther, so you know it's good.
It's quite pungent.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, it's a formidable scent. Stings the nostrils. In a good way.
Yeah.
Brian, I'm going to be honest with you. That smells like pure gasoline.
They've done studies, 60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, let's go see if we can make this little kitty purr.
You got to watch Anchorman.
I probably should. I watched...
It's right up your alley. You watch stupid movies all the time.
All the time. I don't know how I didn't watch that one. But the another one that I watched semi-recently, Will Ferrell movie, was the Talladega Nights.
Talladega Nights. I forgot about
Danny,
that one.
I was so excited when you told me that you finally watched that movie.
Yeah.
It's so quotable. It gets funnier every time I watch it. And you know who stole my copy, my DVD? My father, the national treasure. He took it to his house, and I've never seen it since. He loves that movie.
That was like, Will Ferrell had like what would you say, like a less than 10-year span of just putting out bangers after bangers after bangers.
Old school,
Talladega Nights, of course. Step Brothers, Anchorman.
I hadn't seen Step Brothers until about a year ago, and my girlfriend made me watch it.
What is this? Just because you're home watching Disney and Harry Potter all the time?
No, I mean, sure.
What were you watching yesterday? You said for like the 100th time. You were telling us earlier.
Yes, man.
Is that the Jim Carrey movie?
Yes, it is with Zooey Deschanel.
I think I've seen it twice.
It's so good.
It's not a bad movie. I don't know if it's worth watching over and over and over again.
I just get stuck in my habits, man. And then there's like a lot of times I'm like, I could watch a new one, or I could just watch the same ones where I know are tried and true. Forgetting Sarah Marshall's on that list. I Love You, Man. Like, I love all those movies.
So you're kind of like how most people are with music, in a sense. Like, I could listen to this new whatever record, or I could listen to their old record because I know I love that one. It's comfort food, in a sense.
And to be fair, I'm that way with music and movies. So we're good.
Honestly, Anchorman might be the movie. It's up there as one of the movies I've seen the most.
It's so great. And what's her name? Christina Applegate as Veronica Corningstone.
She's awesome in that. Yeah,
chef's kiss.
Champ Kind.
Oh.
Sarah loves that guy because of his face.
Yeah, his mouth. We're mouth buddies.
You guys are homies.
I know.
I've seen that photo. I love that photo of you guys together.
Together we make one perfect mouth.
What movie have you seen the most, you say?
Probably Empire Records, which is my favorite movie.
Wow.
I've seen it a gazillion times.
I love the movie. I don't know if I've seen it more than just a couple times, but I have to go back and watch it now.
Yeah, Empire Records I've probably seen a lot. Like to the point where I can quote the whole thing. Also the Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, that whole thing.
For me, I think it's Anchorman, Superbad, Half Baked, and probably Waiting. I think those are movies I've seen multiple times.
Which one's Waiting? Why can't I think of that?
That's with Dane Cook, Luis Guzman, the wait staff.
I remember now.
Yeah.
Yeah. God, I do love a good comedy. Rockaholics, yesterday everyone was talking about the eclipse, but for one weatherman, not Ron Burgundy, he got rather emotional while reporting on it. We're going to tell you all about it at 9:50.
The Daily Migs Show. Hey. The Daily Migs Show.
During the total eclipse yesterday, Chief Meteorologist David Hartman got emotional and excited when describing it on live TV from Dallas, Texas.
Okay, so they actually saw it. They didn't have clouds and rain.
No. So this guy, David, works for WAPT in Jackson, Mississippi, but he was live for the event from Dallas. And this is what the audio sounds like.
Well, we are almost to totality here. The skies have cleared off. I'm going to get emotional. This is just unbelievable. And we're just about to totality here. In the next minute, we're looking for the diamond ring. Wow. Here we go. It's just about to go total. Look for the diamond ring.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
There it is. That's the diamond ring right there. Look at the diamond ring. Spectacular. Oh, look, there's a small cloud and you see a halo. Look at that. The diamond ring is still, you can still see the diamond ring. Unbelievable.
Oh, my God.
And there it is. You're looking at the corona of the sun. That's the sun's atmosphere. Unbelievable.
He's fired up.
I think if you did a drinking game where you took a shot every time he said diamond ring, you'd be hammered right now.
He sounds like some people's girlfriends. I gotta get that diamond ring.
So, is he going to be at emo night this weekend? What's happening?
He should be. He should be guest DJing. He kind of reminded me of this guy.
Oh my gosh. It is a double rainbow. I cannot believe it.
All the way.
It's a freaking double rainbow. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look at that.
Look at that diamond ring.
Oh my heck.
Oh
it's
my
a
heck.
double rainbow. Hey, Cal, look at that. It's a double rainbow.
That's my favorite part. He looks at the cow. Hey, cow, look at that.
Get a load of this.
Oh my gosh. It's a double. Hey, Cal, where you going? It's a double rainbow.
Okay, what do you think that guy is on?
Acid.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Without question. So we did not get to see the
Look,
eclipse.
it goes all the way. Oh, gosh. I can't believe it.
We didn't get a double rainbow yesterday.
No.
We didn't get a solar eclipse yesterday because the weather was a little crummy. But also, we only would have had like 20% totality or something like that.
I did enjoy seeing some people's social media posts. I did like Sarah's post she had from where was it? Your friend was where?
Baja, Mexico.
Wow. Okay.
And they were like almost 90%, right?
It's a double rainbow.
Yes.
In Baja, Mexico. Wow.
So there was
Hey, cow.
There was a lot on social media about it, but did you hear about the Google searches?
Yes, the Google searches were phenomenal.
From the people who didn't take the advice of, professionals.
Who didn't read the rest of the story, because every story started with, there's going to be a solar eclipse. And then at least, I'd say usually by like the second and third paragraph, they're like, don't stare at it. It's not good for your eyes. Make sure you have these special glasses.
So the Google searches spiked for "my eyes hurt." And also, why do my eyes hurt?
Because you looked at the sun, you dummy. That's what Google should just reply every time.
People are awesome.
Yeah.
People are so great. They call it eclipse sickness now. There's no evidence that this is a real thing, but reported symptoms post-eclipse.
Wait, people are actually feeling something?
People say, like, after the eclipse now, they're having insomnia, fatigue, and no appetite.
Okay, I don't know what to say in this situation. I feel like this is just something that's inside your own head. But what if this is legit? Because, like, I don't understand. I didn't realize, like, certain things with the moon make people feel certain ways. And there's, like, all these people are like, oh, no, this way. It affects you in a certain way. I've never experienced anything where I'm willing to blame an eclipse or a moon on it.
Or Mercury being in retrograde.
Yeah, I can't even spell retrograde.
I'd rather have a Gatorade.
I've never seen one of these in my life. It's
a well-known celebrity that is known for posting nearly naked pics of herself online was just told that she could make $100 million a year on OnlyFans. But she has no interest in doing it. Who is it? We'll tell you during the Daily Migs download after Nirvana.
The Daily Migs Show. Knowledge is power. So give us 5-ish minutes and we'll give you, some interesting stuff you can talk about at work. This is the Daily Migs download.
AKA the DMD.
Here's your daily dose of doings happening in the world.
What's up, Ryan Castle? Thanks for joining us today.
It's my pleasure.
You know what? We are heading in the direction of Seattle Rock Day, and you're wearing a hat from one of our favorite loud and local bands, Avoid.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, I thought you were one of those douchey dudes at the gym that's wearing those Bass Pro Shop hats, but then I realized it's an Avoid hat.
Yeah, they just ripped off the logo, which, I am not above if you've ever seen any of our T-shirts.
Yeah, right.
It's a great hat.
It's just being inspired by certain
That's
people.
right.
That's right. Hey, today's a very big day. Maybe you should give a call to our friend Patrick Pallas, because today, it's International Be Kind to Lawyers Day.
Oh, good.
And the DMD is brought to you by Patrick Pallas.
And Pat's a great dude.
Also National Gin and Tonic Day, so maybe get him a gin and tonic.
I would love to drink gin and tonics with Pat Pallas. Well, we've done worse.
A lot of people were drinking last night. Yes, I've been around you guys. You absolutely have done worse. Yesterday, some people were probably drinking either in celebration or in sadness because, the UConn Huskies beat Purdue last night in the NCAA Men's Championship, and here's the final call.
It is a UConn coronation. The Huskies make history. Back-to-back national champions. Number one lives up to the billing. They defeat Purdue 75-60. They've done it again.
They've done it again, baby. Back-to-back. First time since 2007, I think, or 2006. Also 6 championships for UConn. They're doing okay with themselves.
I just want to point out that the first day we started talking about March Madness, I said UConn. Only to troll Taryn, who desperately wanted Washington State.
She picked the Washington State Gonzaga finals.
Yeah, but I nailed it.
Our friend Sarah over here picked UConn versus Purdue in the finals.
Nice
That's
work.
right. And I picked UConn to win it all.
And so how much did you win?
Bragging
a whole
rights.
lot of nothing.
So you lost.
One person that's very proud, though, is their coach. I just love this one clip from the press conference where he said this.
They won by a lot again.
So humble.
He's not wrong.
Yeah.
They do win by a lot all the time.
The Toronto Blue Jays, they won their home opener last night. Beat the Seattle Mariners 5-2.
The Blue Jays said this about it.
They won by a lot again.
Ryan Castle, you might not know this, but Geddy Lee was there, of course. He would never miss a Blue Jays home opener. He was right there behind home plate, taking score, looking awesome as the Mariners fell to the Blue Jays.
Nerd alert.
It was weird, though. He kept yelling this in the background, and we picked it up on Root Sports.
Now, you Mariners.
Man.
Luis Castillo lost for the third time in 3 starts this season, allowing 4 runs and 9 hits in 5 innings. The Mariners have lost 5 of 6.
Ugh.
Tonight, George Kirby will be on the mound.
You guys ever heard of Britney Spears?
I am familiar.
Have you spent any time on her Instagram when she...
I am also familiar.
She's a really involved dancer.
She's very free with her body. She posts pictures of her pretty much naked with maybe a couple of emojis on the knit skis.
Yeah.
And that's all she does. So somebody on OnlyFans, I don't know, I did not know this, but there are people called OnlyFans managers. I think they manage people's OnlyFans accounts. And they said that Britney Spears could make bank if she does OnlyFans.
Oh, for sure.
Which is kind of interesting because she's doing it for free on her Instagram. One manager said that she could make probably $100 million a year if she joined the platform. Believes that she could make $13 million to $18 million in her first month alone. And then it would level up to just a small amount, just $6 million to $9 million per month. Nice. But apparently Britney Spears and her camp, they say that she has no interest in doing it.
She doesn't need that money.
But why not take it?
You know, she doesn't have to decide today. She can change her mind tomorrow.
I hope she does.
She'd have to show her bits, though.
No, you don't have to.
You just show the essence of your bits.
You can show whatever you want on OnlyFans.
Isn't that what people go there for, though?
They might go there for that, but there's no guarantee they're going to get it.
I don't know because I've never been.
Oh. All right.
In King County, they have introduced 4 new smart signs, and these use infrared heat detection technology to tell if you're driving unsafe, doing things like texting while driving, not wearing a seatbelt, speeding. The signs are part of a pilot program that is aiming to improve traffic safety, and it will alert drivers with digital messages without issuing tickets. This initiative is funded by a $150,000 grant from the Washington Traffic Safety Commission.
No.
And this data, they'll use it to roll out some plans to educate and enforce more safe driving practices.
Why can't they just let us break the law on the road?
Breaking the law, breaking the law.
Damn the man.
F him. I believe somebody said this in the hospital.
Now, you man.
Traffic people. Hey, the Kraken are at home tonight. I know it hasn't been the season we hoped for, but it's still a season. So let's go check them out. Climate Pledge Arena, myself, Danny V, also Sarah, we're all going to be there. If you happen to go to the game, you want to come say hi to us. We're going to swing by the living wall at Climate Pledge Arena between the first and second period. So come by, hang out with us, have a drink, and hopefully the Kraken will be winning. I know Sarah's never winning. Yeah.
Sarah Lee hammered on cheap wine.
Yes, absolutely.
Do they sell cheap wine at Climate Pledge
They
Arena?
sell wine.
It's cheap wine, but it's not inexpensive there. Right.
That's right. As far as weather, we're hitting a high of 54 degrees. It's going to be cloudy today. The DMD is brought to you by Jersey Mike's, a sub above. And that's what's up.
Ryan Castle is up next with your morning 12-pack.
The Daily Migs Show.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Looking for a job is lonely. Endless searching, phone calls that go nowhere, applications that vanish into thin air. What if you could link with dozens of local companies who are hiring right now with just one connection? That's Express Employment Professionals. Find us at expresspros.com. One connection, endless opportunities, and no fees ever for job seekers. Express Employment Professionals. expresspros.com.
At some point, we all need a new car. Why wouldn't you choose a dealership that promises a great value and peace of mind? At Kia of Puyallup, great value begins with an easy and friendly buying experience. Then Kia of Puyallup adds even more value by including oil changes for life as long as you own the car. Peace of mind comes from knowing that your new Kia is protected with the Kia of Puyallup Lifetime Powertrain Warranty. Test drive a new 2024 Kia Sportage or Telluride today. Kia of Puyallup since 1995.